Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Got a great broadcast now for you this morning, as I hope and I pray that we always do. I'm not important, just a question asker. I'm just a question asker. My name is Raheem Aljamain out of Atlanta, Georgia. Hope you all had a great weekend. Hope you all had a fantastic weekend, man. I had a great weekend, man. We went to this, my wife and I. Um, my wife's something else, man. We was hanging out Saturday, I think it was hanging out Saturday, and my wife she look at that dog on TikTok.
Lion.
she um she look at that dog on TikTok. She like looking at that TikTok for whatever reason. I look at it, when I have to, or when I'm broadcast something like that on it. But my wife, she loved TikTok. She'll look at TikTok instead of watching television. We go to bed at night, man, and I go upstairs, and she go to bed before me, and I go upstairs, man, and she laying in there, man, the light off. She got a little phone looking at TikTok. The TV ain't even turned on. I'm like, man, my God. I said, you ain't even turn the TV on. But anyway, we was riding around Saturday. They taking care of a few things. And this restaurant came up on TikTok. You know how they advertise little different restaurants and stuff like that. And she said, no, that she said, babe, this look good. I'm driving. I cut my over there, look at what she said. I said, yeah, it looks all right. She said, I want to try that. I said, you want to try it? She said, yeah, I want to try it. I said, what's the address? And it was all the way over in Decatur. If anybody, know where I live, that's about 30, 40 minutes away from where we live. And it could be more than that based on the traffic, but the traffic, surprisingly was pretty good on that day. I got the address, put it in the GPS. We went over there, man, and we thought it was gonna be a huge place, but it wasn't. It was a smaller type. It was a smaller place in a little shopping center. They had the little corner in the shopping center. Went in, man. I'm gonna tell you something. This place had people. It was wall to wall people in that place, man. I said, okay, that many people, it might be okay. Went up there, man. Finally ordered, and they cooked the order, so you have to wait for a few minutes for your food. Um, got the food. We went to the car. We didn't want to eat there. We went to the car and ate we ate in the car while we sat there. Got something to drink, ate in the car. And she got the wings and stuff like that. I don't eat fried foods, and so I couldn't eat the wings that they had. They looked real good. She ate the wings, and I got a pasta, a shrimp and chicken pasta. And it was, man, it was real good. It was real good. So the food was real good. So we enjoyed that part of it. My wife ate all of hers. I didn't eat all of mine. They give you so much, man. They don't give you a little small little sample. They give you a plate, man. They give you this plate, and the name of it, and the name is a little different. I'm gonna tell you what the name of the place is. It's a little different. The name is different. So y'all prepare yourself, brace yourself, put your seatbelt on. But the name of the place is Hungry AF, and they use the abbreviation AF in their name. So if y'all ever in, I'm doing a little shout out. The food was real good. So if you ever in this area, be prepared to wait for a little bit. They're not, they don't have the food already prepared. They cook to order, which to me is a good thing. You have to wait a little longer, but your food is fresh. Okay. Anyway, that's just my little shout out for that restaurant. We had a good time this weekend. Frank Logan. Frank Logan. Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Hey, good morning, man. I'm just here as a servant, just ready for the topic.
Sure you are. Sure you are. Okay. Okay. Now that part about being a servant, true. That part about waiting for the topic, true. But I think you have something a little different on your heart too, though, brother.
No, no, not at all, sir. I'm just trying to be obedient. I'm part of what you're doing. You're doing a great job. I'm just here to serve. That's all. That's
Mm,
all I'm here for.
okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask you a question, and need you to answer this question for me. And this is the first part of what we're gonna talk about today. Frank, how many people? How many people have you killed?
You know, Raheem, it's until you're born again and realize the responsibility that you have you won't even begin to understand that question.
Exactly. Exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
because because death doesn't even have to be a natural death.
Mm-hmm.
But how many people did you kill spiritually
Come on.
because of your behavior,
Mm-hmm.
because of how you conducted yourself, because of the people that how you misrepresented God? And the only thing that you can do is repent. I think about, is when I was young, a young man, and listening to um, the lies of grown men that I won't even say that I respected,
Mm-hmm.
but they had audience with me, and they said all of these things about sowing your oaks, and this is what men do. A woman should expect this. And
Mm-hmm.
how
Mm-hmm.
many women that I disappointed and damaged that may have never recovered, that
Yep.
may not trust men, that struggle with relationships, that I showed no signs, or that I was a horrible example and a horrible leader. And even though, we may think it's all good because, we came to know the Lord, and we turned our lives around. But what about them?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know,
Exactly.
and that's a spiritual death.
Mm-hmm.
And, their blood is on your hands. And
Yes.
I know that I may never have the opportunity to go back and repent. And the only thing you can do, and then apologize to them, but the only thing you can do is to repent and trust God.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. And see, that's on that level. Then you got, you. They say life and death is in the power of the tongue. How many people have you killed with your tongue? How many people have you killed in so many different ways,
Hmm.
man? So a lot of time, a person will look at this question, and when I got, I was like, man, what are we gonna do with that? But then I looked at it differently. I looked at it again, and when I looked at it again, I said, oh Lord, I know where you're going. I know where you're going with this, and that's a perfect
Hmm.
way to start because you went perfectly where I thought this question would go or where he was taking it. Because when we say how many people have you killed, certainly not. We're not talking about physically. Hopefully, ain't nobody on you killed anybody in the physical, death where they lay down their life cease to exist. But how many people have walked away dead from the experiences that they had with us? How many people have walked away dead from the experiences that they've had with us? That's what I'm asking about right there. Badger, good morning, sir. How you
You,
doing?
you,
Go ahead, Frank.
can I say one more thing real quick, Raheem?
Yes, sir.
Um, I encountered a guy that was hungry, and I guess he couldn't help himself. It was, you saw him hesitating to to um to ask for help, and he finally did. He said, "Hey man, can you buy me some food?" I said, "Man,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely."
Yeah. Yeah.
And I grabbed him some food and paid for it, and I walked away. And he walked over to me later when I was ordering my food, and he said, "Man, are you a Christian?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I normally don't ask Christians for nothing because
Mm.
after they do it, they make you feel so bad."
Wow. Wow. Mm. And you know what? There's so much truth in that, Frank. There's so much truth in that, man. There's so
That
much.
was me.
Mm-hmm.
That used to be that used. I had to have almost a condescending attitude about where they found themselves in the moment. And I don't mean I was just, but it's the self righteousness of you don't have to be here. You don't know why they are there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't know what got them there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know where they're going. You don't love them.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, you know, when you comes to benevolence, give, and they shouldn't have any regrets. Once they leave you, they should
Mm-hmm.
feel better.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I,
Exactly.
I could see that. I used to have this speech that, hey brother, this is what you need to turn your life around. I'm so full of zeal,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to do this. No, you can't. You can't begin. If my pastor used to always say, no investigation, no right to criticize.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you can't begin to tell a person what they need to do, and you don't even know
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And that's the thing. You never know. You never know what that person is
them.
going
Yep.
through, how they got to where they are, man. And it could be something if you hear that story. And I'm gonna tell you this: we got our Badger, we got our Tucson on the line. I'm gonna go to them as well. But when I was in San Diego, I went to San Diego when Mary was over in San Diego in Navy. Um, and I love the beach. That's just one of my that's one of my favorite places to go, to the beach. And I was on the beach walking up and down. And Mary, I know she was ready to go, but her heart is so big. She say, "Dad, how long as you want to stay out?" She said, "I know you love it. I stay out here with you." I said, "Okay." And we got one of those little carts that one of them little carts that you get on and you ride around and stuff like that. And we was riding around and stuff like that, and just enjoy. I was just enjoying the beach, man, and the ocean being there. And I saw this person was sitting over on the bench by themselves. And truth of the matter, um, I ain't even gonna say that part, but they were sitting over on the bench, and they were just sitting there. And I rolled around. They just continuously sitting there, but they were sitting there reading a book. And so I pulled up to them. I said, "Hey, how you doing?" They looked up. "Hey," I said, "You having a good day?" I'm being a little bubbly and everything. They said, best day I possibly could." And answer was like that. And I said, "Would you mind if I sit down beside you and talk for a minute?" And the person then answered the question, but they looked at the chair, and that, to me that was like, "Yeah, go ahead, sit down." And so we sit down, man, and come to find out, man, this person was a homeless individual, and had stuff being collected and stuff like that, and but had a lot of books. I'm like, "You do a lot of reading?" "Yeah, yeah, I that was my," and they say that was my past life. I said, "What do you mean?" And this person, man, this person said they used to be a professor, man, was doing very well, but ran into a hard stitch in their life, man, and lost everything. And started telling me some things, and that person started treating me like I was one of the lectures, man, and started telling me and teaching me. I was like, "Man, how you know all that stuff?" He said, "I told you I used to be a professor, blase, 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 and the person said, I'm gonna get myself back together." He said, "I'm gonna get myself back together." We sit there and I said, "Oh, are you hungry?" He said, "No, no, no, not right now." I reached my pocket and gave him a little something. If you get hungry later on, get yourself something to eat and everything. "Oh, thank you, appreciate it." And we talk. And Mary, I said, "Mary, go ahead and walk and do what you're gonna do. I'm okay right here." And we sit there a good 30, 45 minutes just talking, man. Just talking. And you look at that person, you'll never see that level of or that layer of them. You'll just see a homeless person. And your mind will start, that person need to do better. That person need to blah, blah, blah. Man, I guarantee you that person had more intellect than 90% of the people that was on that beach that day. But you'll never know unless you go up and have a conversation with them. That's my long story. I ain't mean to talk so long, man. But Frank, it's crazy, man. People, people are something else, man. Anything, Frank, before we move on?
I have a buddy who is a millionaire, and his father lives up under a viaduct here in Detroit,
Wow.
and I his son has bought him a house, and he finds no peace just amongst people in
Mm-hmm.
society.
Mm-hmm.
And we both gone and got him, and he always makes it back.
Mm-hmm.
And his son said, "Frank, pray for him, because whatever, I don't care what we do, he will not just something happened." And it was so disturbing that it's like he doesn't want to enter back into society.
Mm-hmm.
He has detached himself.
Mm. Wow. Wow. How many people have you killed today? How many people have you killed? Badger, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning.
Badger, simple question, but very complicated. And I'm gonna ask you that question.
That ain't no simple question.
Yeah. How many people have you killed?
As far as I know, none.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I've watched a lot of other people.
Now, Badger, you say none. You say in your whole life of living, you've never affected anybody in a way that did not kill them physically, but could have killed them spiritually, emotionally, or whatever the case.
Not
You
that
never,
I'm aware of,
you're right.
no.
Hmm.
I've told you, I've pretty much been the same since I was a kid.
Hmm. Hmm.
I saw how my parents treated me, and I didn't want to treat other people like that, and I've been like that since.
Hmm. Okay.
So, but what I've seen other people do, on the other hand, is a whole nother matter.
Hmm.
You know, I've told you about my first experience attending the adult, um, what is that? What do they call that? Like you send the kids to Sunday school, and then after Sunday school, it's the preacher up on the pulpit, the big old room.
You,
I
you talking
forget
about
what that's
you,
called.
you talking
Is
about the
that the
service?
congregation? I guess so. I guess so.
Hmm.
Um, you know, and the person up there doing the service, I'll never forget it. You know, was sitting there talking about how the black race was evil and because of the mark of Cain and all that kind of evil crap. Um, or evil stuff. Sorry.
Hmm.
Um, and it just there was just a lot of things that just felt wrong.
Hmm.
And I just went and talked to my grandma about it, and she sat and told me a lot of things.
Hmm.
Um, and helped me understand a lot of things because a lot, so much didn't make sense to me why people would lie, cheat, steal. Why some people you can offer them anything, everything, and they just don't want no part of it. I've also come to learn that there's different reasons for that.
Hmm.
You know, I was listening to Frank's story and I'm like, huh, I wonder if he had an unfortunate event, you know, if they were in that kind of money realm, maybe he ended up in one of those closed door meetings and didn't like what he heard.
Hmm. Hmm. Wow.
And
508.
yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, but what I'm getting to is that question you're asking, you know, looking at it at a spiritual standpoint, I don't, I, my honest opinion, I don't feel people understand what that really means of hurting someone in a spiritual sense or a mental sense.
Hmm.
Like, a lot of times, I don't feel a person knows they're even causing trauma to someone.
Hmm. Why you
Like,
say
it's
that?
just, well, for example, you know how like I grew up, you know, spare the rod, spoil the child, right?
Hmm. Okay.
It never dawned on me because I was so traumatized that I didn't even I all I knew is I was spanked,
Hmm.
but I turned the emotion off because I became numb. I'm sitting here and my oldest son, who's on the autism spectrum, did something really, really bad, like really bad,
Hmm.
and I spanked him. And then as I'm doing more research on myself and, you know, more techniques to help my son, it dawned on me, why in the world am I going to spank someone that has sensory overloads?
Hmm.
I'm literally traumatizing my son and didn't even realize that I was because of his his sensory struggles.
Hmm.
So now I was like, oh no. And I instantly went to change it.
Hmm. Okay. That's good. That's good. That's good. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Toussaint, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. Doing well. Doing well.
Good day.
Sir.
Toussaint, ask you the question, brother. How many people have you killed?
Mm. Oh, I'd have mercy.
That many, huh?
Yeah. I have to say, 'cause here's the deal. If if you're guilty of one, you're guilty of them all, right?
Come on.
If it's we call what in our world we call sin.
Mm-hmm.
So we're guilty of all of them. If we're guilty of one,
Mm-hmm.
so if you damage one person's life, that's a chain reaction
Mm-hmm.
to everybody connected to them.
Wow.
It changes all of their lives.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it.
Yeah.
So if you sabotage somebody's life, you manipulate somebody, their whole world changes.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're the cause of it, you're the culprit.
Mm-hmm.
I would think.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you say that, I can't find myself guiltless
Mm-hmm.
of possible. I don't think so. I've never stabbed or shot anybody.
But now I got to cut you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But man, hurt folks. Sure I have.
Mm-hmm.
That
Well,
you ever Raheem, and I'm just talking about me. I'm just asking you, but you ever made somebody weep sorrowfully to the point that it was almost uncontrollable?
mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I have.
Mm-hmm.
I have felt like you just ripped something totally from them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's another thing. I think about a person that it's been, let's say, 20, 30 years. I think all of us can reflect back at least 20, 30 years. Is there at least one person in your life, and I'm just thinking about me, I'm just asking y'all,
Yeah.
that you hadn't forgiven yet,
Absolutely.
that you won't forgive
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because they done you so bad?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't do them anything, but they did you.
Yeah.
And you still, to this day, if it was up to you, they can walk off the face of the earth and never be seen again.
Mm. Wow.
Oh, well, I didn't mean to call you that, but I'm going to just say murderer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm going to leave that right there.
Mm-hmm. Wow. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Asking the question this morning: how many people have you killed? How many people have you killed? And we don't want nobody coming here call a confession. Well, I killed her. No. We're not talking about physically, where they laid down their life ceased to exist. We're talking about how many people have you killed, mentally, physically, and spiritually. I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Frank, talk to me.
Consider this, Raheem. If you don't forgive yourself for mistakes and allow your life to develop and you mature correctly and you hold on to your past, you're killing somebody.
And that person is you?
Not only, yeah, the real you,
Mm-hmm.
the person that God has called you to be is dead.
Mm.
That's not living. And then just like Toussaint said, then what happens? Then everything that comes behind you is weak
Mm-hmm.
because they're not seeing the correct original. And then they are duplicating that. Your weaknesses, they begin to take them on. So you have to start with forgiving yourself and loving yourself enough to become who it is that God has called you to.
Mm-hmm.
And Badger said something that is so powerful, and I'm glad that he corrected that. When I was an elementary school student, I was not a good student. I got bad grades.
Mm-hmm.
And I would bring home a bad report card, and I would get a whooping. And I'm like, okay, how's this helping? I'm struggling in school. And then I come home and I get a whooping. I mean, I'm confused.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting it. I don't need a whooping. I need help.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got it together on my own and learned to love school. But I didn't understand. It wasn't clicking for me. But the thing that did is it made me, and God is so good. And I had great parents.
Uh-huh.
But their idea of what I needed was off. But I thank God that He revealed to me that not only you can't have a cookie cutter way of doing anything.
Yeah.
My one son, he'll get an A, and you can keep him up all night, not take away his books, don't let him study, and he's still gonna get an A.
Mm-hmm.
My other son, it's not that easy for him. He has to study.
Yeah.
He has to stay up late. It comes a little harder for him.
Mm-hmm.
My son is an athlete. It's real tough for him. Now, athletically, this kid is gifted.
Yeah.
But now he's just coming to the point where he understands, dude, if my grade point average is not where it's supposed to be, I don't care how well I play sports. It ain't gonna happen for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So now all his grades are coming up because it clicked with him. The thing I love, I'm going to be denied of. I'm going to disqualify myself. But in raising them, it had to be different with each and every one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Each and every day, it has to be different. But the one thing that I want to say, man, is that we have to understand that we impact people in a way, even when we are here and there's a promise attached to our lives.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times people think of promises, they think, well, you're going to get something. No, you're part of somebody else's promise. There's days that I'm having a rough day. I can pick up the phone. I can call Raheem. Hey, dude, just need to hear your voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm just out here on the lake fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
I could have been going through something. That picks me up.
Mm-hmm.
You're part of the promise that God made me. But this is good. Listen to this. Listen to this. But you have to be who God is calling you to be to fulfill what it is that you're supposed to be to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you're somewhere broke down and just woe is me, I call you, that thing that God promised me that's in you, I don't get.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. That's good. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Leonard, good morning. How you doing this morning? Excuse me.
Good morning, Raheem, and the Morning Glow family.
Leonard, asking a question this morning, brother. I want you to evaluate this question, man, and answer it as honestly and openly as you can. Yeah, man.
It better not be that link you sent me last night.
That who?
It better not be that link you sent me last night, that questionnaire you sent me last
night. That was good. Did you answer it?
Yeah, I answered it. Cool.
Good deal. Leonard, how many people have you killed? Oh Lord.
Who you working for?
Exactly. Who
do better than that, Raheem.
Gotta come a little harder.
Yeah, you got to do better than that. I don't even use them words.
Come on.
Uh,
How many have you killed? Now we're not gonna
Zero.
talk about the body bag killed. We're not gonna talk about
None.
that kind of killed. You know, we're gonna talk about mentally, physically, spiritually, or even emotionally. How many people have you killed?
None.
You say 9?
None, I said.
Why do you say none?
Because I haven't.
Mm-hmm.
Because I haven't.
Uh,
Next question.
Ryan told me I turned to the feds to keep the show on. Lord Jesus.
I'm just saying, Ryan, they'll flip on you, what? I'm just saying.
Lord, boy,
I'm
y'all.
out of here. I'll see y'all later.
Not my type of hype. Not my type of hype at all. You ain't ask me no question like that, now, brother.
I'm
But
assuming you're talking about in a spiritual context.
yes, absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
None.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't set out to do that to people.
Well, it may not have been intentional.
Now, if you died of your wounds, that's on you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I'm not that way because I believe in karma,
Mm-hmm.
and I try not to put bad things out there that way. That's one
Yeah,
thing I'm very
that's good.
straight. That's one thing I'm very straightforward about.
But that's good, Leonard. You say I try not to, but
Right.
what if it was not intentional? And
Because
if it was not
there
intentional,
are some things that must be done.
such
You
as
know, like say for instance, some people need to be sat down. They need to be put on their face
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because they deserve it.
Mm.
And even when I've had to do that, I didn't like it,
Mm-hmm.
but I did it.
Was this gonna hurt me more than hurt me more than a hurt you type situation? Oh, boy.
No, it's that you're gonna take that whipping you deserve
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because you rose up in vanity against me.
Mm.
I'm not gonna let you just walk all over me and do and
Wow,
say
Leonard,
whatever you want to say.
you giving me so much, Leonard. You giving me so much, man. And thank you, brother. But even that part right there, you're not going to rise up against me. A lot of time we put ourselves on such a pedestal that we feel as though, you're not going to do me like that. You can't
Come
treat
from
me
me.
like that. Huh?
Come from me.
No. I'm not. I'm just saying about that. You're so silly, bro. What I'm saying about it is this right here. A lot of time we put ourselves on a pedestal. We put ourselves so high up that we feel as though, you can't talk to me like that. Why not? You can't treat me like that. Why not? You ain't gonna do me like that. Why not? What makes you better than the next person?
My advantage is to fight from the high ground, not the low ground.
Mm-hmm. But what you said was you're not gonna do me like that. You're not gonna put me, you're not gonna.
Because you're not.
Okay.
And it's going to be your will against mine.
Yeah, I understand that. But my thing is this, and this is nowhere at all coming at you. I'm coming at what you said. So I don't want people to
I
think that.
am what I say. So come at me.
Okay. Well, anything like this. This is what I'm talking about right now. What makes one person on a pedestal? What makes one person put themselves on a pedestal where they're above everybody? You could do them like that, but you're not gonna do me like that. Why not you?
And it's not so much as a pedestal. It's just that one I'm not going to tolerate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to tolerate you.
If you
I don't
felt
care
as
what
though,
you do.
if you felt as though a person was going through a terrible time in their life at that moment, and they, for whatever reason, you're the person that you're their release valve, and they coming at you, and that's not them. That's not who they are. You won't give them a pass on that day because that's not who they are. We'll talk about this tomorrow, bro. Okay, it's okay. All right. And they're venting. You won't allow that person to do that because I've allowed a person to do that to me. I've allowed a person to do that.
There's
I
about
know that
2 or 3 people, and my mama had 2 of them.
Mm-hmm. So that's the only people. That's the only people that get that pass.
And then there's my wife.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I've never been that person to dump on.
Okay.
For the very simple fact is, one, I'm not gonna. Somebody said I just wanted to get it all out. Well, go talk to yourself in the mirror.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
There's no need for you to take out your ill will on me
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not going to do it to you.
Okay. Well, everybody deal with what you got to understand. Everybody deal with situations and circumstances differently.
I
And
thought this
my
was a
thing is this.
conversation
Hold
about
on, let me
me.
say this. Let me say this to you. My thing is this right here. I've allowed a person. I know that's not them. This person is going through something right now, and I know they're going through. I had a very close friend, man, very close friend was going through a situation, a family issue, and I knew what they was going through, and all the weight came down on them, and came at me in a certain way, almost to the point where we was about to go to blows. But I like, no, I know this. Hold on. I had to think for a second. This not this man. This not dude. Man, this ain't him. He going through something right now. So I sit there and I say, okay, and I just let him say what he gonna say, and talking a little sideways and everything. I said okay. And then at the end of that, when he got it all out, we stood in the parking lot, man. And I said, man, you okay? I said, you okay? And grown men, we're in the parking lot. Ain't nothing funny about neither one of us. And we hugged each other, man. And the brother started crying because I know that wasn't him, and he know that wasn't him. And then after that, he said, "Thank you, man. Thank you, man. I apologize. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to come at you like that. You my man. I love you, man. You my brother. I didn't mean to come at you like that, but I knew that wasn't him. Now I could have, if we'd have bumped heads, we'd have been out there in the parking lot fighting. What's that gonna accomplish? What is that gonna accomplish? We fight, but what's that gonna accomplish? Dude was going through something, man, and I had an opportunity to let him get it all out. Yeah, it was a little rough, it was a little hard, but at the same time, get it out, bro. Because if it's not me, you're gonna try to get it out on somebody else, and they're not gonna be as loved. They don't care for you like I care for you, so they're not gonna let you do that. And it's gonna be a different situation. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. And so that's just, and everybody deal with it different. I'm not gonna say your way is wrong. That's your way, and I'm not gonna say my way is right. But that's the way that I chose to handle it at that particular time. Then the next person coming along, we might go to blows.
I thought about this the other day, actually. And I know my who I am. And I don't develop or encourage relationships that way. You're gonna always talk to me like you got some sense.
Okay. And like I say, that's your way. I can't say that your way is wrong, brother, but I can't say that my way is wrong either, because that's the way that I selected to do it at that particular time. Let's keep this thing going. We got Ryan. Good. We got a couple people on the phone line as well. Phone line's open. Give us a call. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Appreciate you, Leonard. Don't you go nowhere, baby. Stay right there. Ryan, what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me. How many people have you killed?
None.
Huh?
None. Just kind of listening. What the course of the conversation was with Leonard. I'm in the same way. Like, I don't mind if somebody having a bad day, like you were saying, and they need to offload.
Yeah.
But when they do, they're not gonna do how you said. They're not gonna come at me cross-eyed and in between and start unloading on me, because I'm going to tell you, hey, whatever you got that's affecting you, it ain't me. So you need to turn it down a notch and let it out. That's just how I am. There's no way or no reason.
What if you see? What if you see it at that particular moment? Because if this person gonna release it somewhere, and if y'all close like that, because the one I'm talking about, we're like brothers, man. Like brothers, and so we're close like that.
Yeah, I hear you. It's the same thing. If you're close that, then you should be able to identify it, like you're saying. But at the same time, if you're close like that, I realize you're going through something, but I'm not that something. I'm here to help you, but you need to dial it back a bit the way you're talking to me right now. And then if it come to blows, it come to blows. It happens. Wow. But at the end of the day, you still gonna end up being friends. That's the problem with us men, is we'll beat each other up first and then go out for lunch later. Happens all the time. Some of my best friends is folks that I whooped on in school. So it is touchy, right? I see where you're going, but you have to be able to discern the issue and be able to stand on what you call a relationship with somebody like that. You've got to be able to speak your mind too, and not back down and let them say any kind of thing to you. But then it just gets out of hand, and then it don't even matter how close you are. They could say some things that they don't mean to say, that turn you sideways, and then you coming back with them. You know, it just, I guess, depends on the level of that relationship.
Yeah, yeah.
But I see where you're going though.
Exactly. Appreciate that. Curtis, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Hey, Raheem, when you get a chance, I really need to say something. Go ahead to Curtis.
Okay. Curtis, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Hey, what up? What's going on, family?
Hey, doing good. Curtis, I'm gonna ask you the question, brother. How many people have you killed?
What?
How many people have you killed? Curtis said, what? Now, we're not talking about the body bag killed, brother. We're not talking about that. We're talking about mentally, physically, spiritually, or emotionally. How many people have you killed?
Remember, that man is a combat veteran.
Uh-oh.
What? Man,
that's why I had to clear that up, Leonard. That's why I had to clear that up, because we ain't talking about the body bag killed, and we ain't talking about that kind now. Had to clear that up.
Man, honestly, I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know.
That many, that many, or that little?
I never took a tally. I don't know. I'm not admitting that on no radio, man. I'm sorry. I'm not.
No. We're not talking about the body bag killed. We're not talking about what he like. We talking about not a physical what they in the body bag. We're not talking about that kind. We don't want nobody to say nothing about that kind. We're not here for that. We talking about mentally, spiritually, physically, or not physically, mentally, spiritually, or emotionally, or something to that effect. And they walked away from you dead.
Okay, I'm gonna be selfish. 4. 3. Me, myself, and I.
Wow. That's good. Talk to me.
I mean, I say that because, for one, I've never ever been in that situation where I purposely had that kind of intention. God didn't create me like that. That's number one. Yeah, you stupid with the body bag thing.
Yeah.
Number 2, the biggest hurt that I ever caused to anybody was I caused to myself.
Wow.
Like it might have been somebody connected to that, but I did more hurt to myself than I did to anybody else. And I that as my punishment. The hurt was my punishment. And sometimes it's hard to get over being punished, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But to add to what you were saying, I've been in that situation too. You know, sometimes you got to give a pass, man. Because if you don't give that pass, bro, that thing might get 10 times worse. Sometimes you got to.
Yep.
Sometimes you just get, you know, like I've been when I certain situations I can just give a look. When I get that certain look, whomever is involved, they tend to back up. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, hold on, man, let me get my thoughts together. But I ain't so quick to lay my hands on folks because I don't like jail. Only way I'm going to prison is I gotta be going to prison for something I did. I'm not going to jail for something somebody else did. I'm just not doing that. You know, and my history has shown me that I could have 4 dudes jump on me, man. I could have 4 dudes jump on me. By the time police get there, I'm the one they putting in the cuff. You know, I'm the one that's taking that ride. Everybody else standing on the side, beat up or something like that. Nah, man. You know, sometimes you just gotta you got to get that past, man, so a mug can come back to reality.
Yeah.
People think, man, they go to a place that they're not existing in a space of reality. They can't see that, like, hold on, my man, he been here for me. He been rocking with me. He been doing what even my family won't do. You know what I mean? Sometimes they don't see that. Sometimes they get caught in their own selfish joint. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then if y'all really friends and y'all really understand each other, the minute you make the adjustment, they like, oh, hold on, man, no, blah blah. It may end like, man, forget you. Of course, I can't say the word, man, forget you. No, forget you too.
Yeah.
Then y'all come right back on the same accord a month later.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, man? That was just so foolish. Yeah, I know. That was foolish on my part, man. It ain't. Sometimes being a toughie. I remember something in a movie, man. It was in Lords of the Rings. The little Hobbit kept asking Gandalf for a sword. Sword, I want a sword. Give me a sword. Give me a sword. Give me a sword so I can fight. Gandalf gave him the sword. He said, now I'm a man. I can use it. Gandalf looked at him and say, the measurement of a man is the one who has the sword but figures out a way not to use it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, I get it. Some people, in our world, they got no tolerance policy, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And I can respect that. But for me, I don't. My tolerance levels is high. My patience levels is high. And my temperance levels is high because I understand the fallout and or the outcome, bro. So I just don't. I don't go there, man.
Exactly. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Asking how many people have you killed? How many people have you killed? Frank, you have some, brother. What's on your heart? Frank?
Yeah, I'm here. There was a brother that they made a documentary about it. I think he was out of Chicago. He was like the #1 basketball player in Chicago. And it was just a given that this kid was going to the NBA and was going to be like a LeBron James or somebody like that. He was just a phenom. He was walking home. Well, he was out of school, and his sister called him and said, "Hey, this guy just jumped on me." And he's like, "What?" He's like, "Where you at?" He said, "Oh, we're just not leaving school now. He's still here." Grabbed his grandfather's gun and went up there. When he got up there, his sister and the guy were hugged up. It was her little boyfriend. And she said, "Oh, I was just playing. We all right. Ain't nothing wrong." He's like, "Why would you do that? Don't do that." So he started walking back home. On his way home, a guy bumped him. And when the guy bumped him, he turned around and looked at him. So the guy that he bumped said, "What's up?" He's like, "What's up with you?" And the guy that bumped him had 3 or 4 guys with him. They started to approach him. He pulled the gun. Shot and killed the guy.
Wow.
Went to jail for murder. I think he's still there now, right? So when they interviewed him, they said, "That's not even who you are. You're not a gangbanger. You've never been in trouble." He said, first of all, "Why did you have a gun?" He told them. He said, "But why did you shoot him?" Listen to this. He said, "Because my grandfather told me, if you ever pull a gun, use it." He said, "I didn't want to kill him. But my grandfather had been telling me all my life. So when I pulled it, I just automatically shot him. I didn't want to shoot him." See, and when we're talking about don't nobody talk to me like that, don't nobody approach me, there's innocent ears listening to that. That's the struggle of barbershops. We have all this bravado and this self-righteousness. And we say what people are not going to do. Dude, and I have to be careful because they just arrested this guy because he published something about he was in the car with the guys that killed Tupac. This guy's 60 years old.
Yeah.
This is, I think, 27 years ago.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful what you say. But there was a book, and I know this guy, and he was a hitman. So I guarantee you, none of us are beyond somebody approaching us the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
But it's never the action, it's always the reaction. How are you going to react to that? We, as grown men, because the men that are on this broadcast, I can listen to their voice. They're mature, grown behind men.
Yes.
That day where we used to fight out in the streets
Mm-hmm.
and then finish the game, and we, at the end of the game, we friends again, that day is over. Now in middle school, kids get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Their parents will come to the school with a gun.
Yep. Yep.
Their siblings will come to school and shoot you, shoot the teacher, kill everybody. The day that we lived in where you you can't do that anymore. You can't even look at somebody if they blow their horn at you. Now you can, but you playing Russian roulette.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you. I used to tell people all the time, all the cats that I grew up with that was real tough, they dead. They're dead. And that philosophy has to die. You're not that tough.
Mm-hmm.
You just are not. Nobody's that tough. Because it doesn't take the best fighter, the biggest cat, to pull, what is the weight behind the trigger? 2.5 pounds, something like that?
Yeah. 2.5 pounds. Yeah.
That's all it takes to pull the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's got a gun. There's more guns in the streets than there are people.
Mm-hmm.
Quit saying that out loud. People are listening. Quit teaching unforgiveness. Because what that does is that puts our youth and a lot of other people in danger.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. And you know what's crazy? I promise you, if this even applies at all, but I promise you there are more guns in anybody's house than the Bible's. For every one Bible in a person's house, they may have 2, 3, 4 guns. You don't believe? If you don't believe that, look in your own house. Look in your own house. I promise you. But anyway, that's a whole different category. Badger, I think you had something, brother. What's on your heart?
Yeah. Hello?
Yes.
Oh, does someone else want to say something real quick?
No.
I can go after them.
Go ahead, Badger.
I'm trying to remember where I was at. Go to them and please come back. My son just woke up and was talking to me.
Okay. Ryan, talk to me, brother.
I hear what Frank's saying, and he's definitely right about individuals being crazy in their head and just pulling something out on you. And I'm not telling anybody to be violent. So that's not what I'm saying at all.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is, in the scenario that you and Leonard were talking about, where you know somebody, and yeah, even people you know can snap, right? But again, that's up to your level of discernment.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm never going to tell somebody to go be violent. That's not me.
Mm-hmm.
But I will. I'll be that if I have to, especially when it comes to my wife and my kids.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not finna fold my hands behind my back and let somebody do what they want to do, neither.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those things, man. You got to know your situations. You got to be aware of your surroundings and what's going on. Like, you're talking to a friend. This is somebody you're supposed to be knowing. You don't just call anybody a friend. I don't have many friends. I have lots of acquaintances. I have lots of co-workers. Friends are at the low end of my list. I was always taught that the less amount of friends you have, the better. Because it's not about quantity, it's about quality.
Yeah.
So, you know, again, I'm just speaking my mind. I'm not advocating for any sort of violence. I'm not that person no more.
Yeah, exactly.
I would rather talk it out. Anytime there's a confrontation, I'm always going to give the benefit of the doubt and try and talk down the situation, de-escalate. That's what I was trained to do.
Yeah.
That's what you was trained to do.
Exactly.
So that's where I'm at.
Good deal. Tucson, talk to me, brother. We asked the question today is, how many people have you killed? And we know that we're not talking about the body bag killed. We're talking about spiritually, emotionally, and all kind of different ways. You can walk away, or somebody could walk away from you dead because of an experience that they had with you. I spoke about the situation in the parking lot. Well, man, like a brother to me, man, we had this moment, and I knew he had to vent. He was going through a lot of things in his personal life, and he had to vent. And so I allowed him to do what it is he had to do. And then at the end of that, you know, looked at each other and gave each other a hug, man. And like I say, man, I looked at him. I said, man, you all right? I said, you all right? And he was, at that moment he wasn't, but once he was able to release all that stuff and get all that pressure up off of him, he felt better. Tucson, talk to me, man. How many people have you killed?
No, I'm kind of listening and I pay attention to what Leonard said, and I think Ryan said. I'll talk to you and I'll sympathize with you, but not at my expense. I'm sorry. I apologize. But we can, at any time, anybody, we can cut this relationship off right now. If I got to sacrifice what I'm doing to please or to appease you or anybody, that ain't gonna happen. I'm sorry. And you know, and I'm gonna throw it out here like this because this is a Christian broadcast. But Jesus came to save the world. I'm have a desire to be his instrument, but I'm not him. Don't bring that drama. If you, especially if you know me, I'm talking about really know me. You know I'm not going to tolerate certain things. Not going to do it. No, you can fall out. You and your wife can fall out if y'all want to, but you can't come stay at my house. Nope. No. You know, maybe y'all can have a room for a night. I might even pay for that. Ain't no sense in me saying I'm gonna loan it to you because you ain't gonna pay it back. I'm done with people borrowing and saying I'll pay you back tomorrow. You're not. So either I'm gonna give it to you, but it's not gonna be a loan. No, I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, I think we've killed relationships. That like I think it was Curtis said, you know, a person said, well, forget you then. I said, well, forget you then. How about that? Good. Bye. Hello. That's just the way it's gonna be. I'm not hurt by you leaving or you getting out of my life. Bye. Bye.
Lord. Why you gotta sing it, man? Why you gotta sing the bye? Go ahead, brother.
No, I'm saying that that's just the way it is, because when the rubber meets the road, I come here without you. So is that a way of killing something gonna die? So it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But what you're talking about is emotional,
yes,
physical, not a physical death,
no,
but
emotional,
some kind
spiritually,
of
yeah.
spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it's just me that everybody has a gun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. And I believe that to be true. I believe that to be true. Everybody has a gun. Does everybody have a Bible though? Mm.
No, well, I tell you what, I got more Bibles in my house than guns.
Mm-hmm. That's
Sure
good.
do.
That's good. That's good because
No, I don't. I don't. Some of them I hadn't seen in a while because we get Bibles and we get another one, then we get another one, and then we get another one, and then we got a bookshelf of books
mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
got words in them. But we ain't paying that no mind, to be honest. I guarantee you, I know my time is up. I guarantee you, there's 85% of us that got at least something in our house that we hadn't seen in 3 months.
Yep.
At
Mm-hmm.
least.
And if you
At
don't
least.
and if you don't believe that, go look in your closet. Go look in your closet. I guarantee you got some clothes in there that probably still got.
Go look at that Bible that's dry rotted. You got one.
Wow. Captain, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Hey, Brother Raheem, I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking.
Yes, sir.
To my morning glory family, to the great one, man. I just heard him. Man, he's my kind of dude, Brother Tucson, but I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking, my dear brother.
Good deal. Good to have you. Good to have you, man. We're asking a question, and we're not talking about the body bag killed. We're not talking about the body bag, but we're asking the question: how many people have you killed? Be it spiritually, emotionally, or whatever the case. How many people have walked away from you, or you walked away from them and left them dead? How many people have you killed, Captain?
Oh man, that's one of those questions that they asked Malcolm. They said, Malcolm, how many members is in the Nation of Islam? Malcolm answered was, those who say they know really don't know. And those who really know don't say.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give you that same answer. I don't know. And if I did, I wouldn't say, even if it was a spiritual kill.
Yeah.
I really don't know. I don't know, dear brother. Only God knows that answer.
Mm-hmm.
When you say walk away, I walked away in my mind from situations where I normally would have put them in a body bag. There's no question about that.
Mm-hmm.
I could speak on one that I could definitely tell you about. And the Honorable Minister Farrakhan gave me the advice. And with his advice, there's a man that's living today. And that's the man that molested my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very clear what I had in my mind to do. I mean, it was very clear that the minister had to walk me off that ledge, talk me off that ledge.
Mm-hmm.
But he made sense to me when I was very irrational in my thinking, but people would have said, well, man, that's nothing to be irrational about. But a man of my caliber, he just don't stop there with the individual. Because once the individual is taken out the game, there's a whole swap that goes behind that.
Mm-hmm.
And the question was I willing to play the swap game? And that's where the minister showed me where that swap game would lead to. And then he said to me, a mother would lose her son. And of course, son would lose, a child would lose a father. The nation would lose you. The daughter would lose an uncle. He just went down the line. He said, now, if I was you, brother, I can't tell you what I really would do. I would probably have the same mindset. But if I gave you any advice, I would tell you to tell that mother that in order for him to have his life spared, because he called me to spare his life, that he could never be around children no more, and that he had to get some counseling. That's what I would do if I was you. And I said, Brother Minister, you've always been my spiritual guide. And in this most difficult time, I'm going to follow your instructions. And I went to the mother. She cried because she knew me enough to know what I was going to do. I said, listen, he can't be around no more children in this family. And he has to get some help. That's the only thing I'm putting on this table. Yes, sir. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Okay. And he never got the help. He never got the help. And when I found out that his mother had a stroke, and he was his mother caretaker, and she told her daughter, which is my baby's mama, she did not want him to bathe her no more.
Wow.
Because he was taking liberties.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
With his own mama. And that's what she gets. She's not fulfilling her end of the bargain. And he wound up got beaten near to death by his own son that he molested. So his life went to living here without me touching it. My daughter soon moved on and made a transition about 6 years ago. May God be pleased with her. But I spared his life only that his son committed suicide because what he did.
Wow.
His mother had a stroke and he took liberties with his own mother. He would have went on and got that boy some help. Like the minister told me to ask him. Maybe his son would still be alive. Maybe he would have a better relationship. His mother, of course, moved on to transition. I'm sorry I had to tell that story. That brought back bad memories, but that's what's on my mind right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And there's a lot, man. And thank you for sharing it, brother, because I know that was tough to even talk about it. So thank you for that, man. And I pray that it helps somebody else that was listening through a situation that they're going through, and they would know to make sure that the individual get the help that they need, because a lot of people need help. A lot of people really needs help. And so had he gotten that help, that would have eliminated a lot of things. And a lot of people in that scenario that I heard, what you just said, brother, the story that you just told, there was a lot of people that were not body bag dead, but was left dead. There was a lot of people that was hurt in a very, there was a lot of people that was hurt in that story. A lot of people. Curtis, talk to me, brother.
Yeah.
Cap, I'm sorry, Cap. Did you finish your thought?
No, I'm good. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Curtis, talk to me, brother.
What is it you need me to say that ain't already been said, man?
What's on your heart, brother? Come on. You with us? You with us, right?
You know, yeah, I'm with y'all.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
But man, listen, man. Cat, man. Brother, I look up to you. And I just found out why I look up to you so much. I'm speechless right now, right? I mean, that's a kind of hard thing to do.
Yes, sir.
I'm speechless, right? there's a certain level in my
Curtis, you there? Curtis, you there, brother? I think we might have lost Curtis. He said he was speechless, but his whole system is shut down on him. Tucson, talk to me, brother.
Hey, Raheem.
Yes.
Can you summarize? Because I had to go off for a minute. Can you summarize the story? Because I feel like I really missed something.
Cap, summarize it for him, Cap.
Oh, well, you know, my story.
Yes. He said he missed a part. He had to step away he's at work. He had to step away for a second. He said he missed a part of the story. So can you summarize it for him a little bit?
Oh, I was telling them, hey, what's up, Big Frank? I was telling them, he asked me about the body bags, man, and spiritually how many people I walked away from, or we walked away from physically. Of course, we would never tell them about physical, but I was telling them how my daughter was molested by her uncle. And I seeked advice. As a matter of fact, I was flying with the minister to Cleveland. We on the, and I asked him, I told him what I was going to do. And the minister talked me out of taking that brother's life. And he was telling me that if anything, if I was to do what I was going to do, my daughter would lose her father, mother lose a son, and he went on to the whole family thing. Showed me how many other people, and I guess Brother Raheem may be right. There was been body bags, because spiritually, mentally, they would have been devastated. And so he said, but if I was you, Brother Dennis, and I know, and his words was, I really can't tell you what I would do if it happened to me, but this is the spiritual, this is the advice I would give you. And he told me to tell the lady, the mother who already knew I was coming to take the son's life. The only way you spare his life is that he can't be around no children no more, and that he had to seek help. And when I met her, she was crying. And she said, thank the minister, because she knew I was on that mission. And I told her, Frank, that she never got the boy no help. She lied. Well, I don't know if she lied, but she never got him no help. She had a stroke. He became a health caretaker. And she told my baby's mother she didn't want him to bathe her no more. And he was bathing his mama, taking liberties with her. When she was in a stroke stage, he molested his son. His son beat him up real bad. We didn't know why, but it came out that he molested his own son, and his son committed suicide. He's still alive. But if they would have gotten some help, if she would have did what the minister asked her to do, maybe he wouldn't have took liberties with her, and maybe his son would be alive. I didn't sum it up, but I just told the story. That's what I shared with everybody on this line about me walking away, finding another way without me taking that man's life. That's what I said.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm sorry, Raheem, for the bad connection.
No.
I'm sorry, Frank, if I was cutting you out.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Curtis, you want to finish your thought, brother?
No, I was just saying to Cap, now I fully understand why I look up to him so much. Because I don't know what part of what I was saying you guys heard. I said, we are living in an age, man, where civility does not, it's very little. And what Cap did, what I heard, is when a man has to err on the side of his civility so his true God can come to fruition. Because where there's no civility in my mind, there's plenty of chaos and devilish behavior. And it can get extreme and go beyond what we can even fathom. Cap could have went to a place. I know dudes that would have went to a place like, look, I'm not only going to kill him, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill every child he got. I know dudes like that, man. Like, you know what? I need to kill his offspring because they may be 10 times worse than him. But, you know, man, Cap, I love you, brother.
Yes, sir.
I love you, brother. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, man. That like, and the fact that you listen, like some of us will get so mad that we can't, that a mug can't even talk to us.
Come on.
I'm literally, I had friends that, like Raheem said earlier, the only thing I could say to them was, "You done?" Then they'll snap back, realizing they done went too far. Man, I'm done. Look, are you done? So, man, Cat, man, you my guy, bro. You my guy. 10 toes down, you my guy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Frank, you wanted to say something?
Thank you, my goodness. I appreciate you, boy. I love you too, my brother. For real, for real. Thank you for those kind words.
Yes, sir.
Frank?
You know, I was in service, and you want to talk about something that's difficult. I was in service, and my assistant pastor's wife, you know, I'm standing on the other side of the sanctuary, and she's giving me the come here, you know, with the fingers, come here. I'm looking around like, who's she talking to? She pointed and said, come here. And I went across the room. She said, we have a guy in pastor's office that we need you to talk to. I'm like, oh, okay. I go in there, and there's this cat. You ever run across a guy that just looked like a pit bull? You can tell this guy been through the battles. Bald head, scars all over his face. It's a 357 sitting on the table. I'm like, what in the world is going on here? So I went in the room. I said, what's happening, brother? He said, look, man, I'm not here for all the BS. He said, I was driving down the street and I saw you guys' church and I came in. He said, I'm just going to tell you the truth. I'm here from California. I'm here to kill this guy. And if you don't tell me something this morning to change my mind, he will be dead by the night. So I sat down, and me and this brother entered a conversation, and we talked. I missed the whole service, and we talked. This brother said, all right, man, I'm going to leave this gun here with you. I said, no, dude, you can't leave that gun with me. He said, well, do whatever you're going to do. I'm not taking it with me, because if I take it with me, I'm going to use it. He said, you can call the police, tell them to come get it, whatever. He said, but I'm going to be here for a couple of days. I'm going to think about what you said. He said, but I'm going to tell you this. If I go back to California and this guy's still alive, they're going to kill me. He said, did you think about that when you were telling me to spare this guy? I said, no, man, I didn't. I don't have an answer for that. The guy stayed here a few days. I took his cell phone number. I called him. He's like, yeah, man, I'm still pondering what I'm going to do. He called me when he was going to the airport. He said, all right, I'm leaving. He said, my man owed you one. I never heard from him again. Man, what a tough decision. Because I don't know what it was that caused him to spare that man's life. But he literally, in that moment, in his mind, was choosing that man's life over his.
Wow.
And it's just, and now he chose that profession. So that's the biggest challenge. He got himself in that. But I'm crying out to people that have a voice. Please stop. We want people to perceive us as being so hard and tough. I'm not tough, man. I'm not invincible. I'm not the person where if you approach me, you always going to be on the losing end. Dude, I fought coming up. I didn't win every fight. And now if you lose, it's something that most of us don't come back from. Because people are not you. When's the last time you were driving down the street and you saw just a good old fist fight? You're hearing gunshots.
Yeah.
You know, it's times have changed. Our mindset has to change. But at the end of the day, the things that we indirectly brag about, we're bragging about what people won't do to us. And they better not do this. Or they better not. Why? Dude, why not? You're the person that they should be able to come to and receive some type of mercy. You're supposed to, like Curtis was saying, the old saying is, real strength is the ability to crush and choosing not to. When you get into any type of discipline, whether it's martial arts or boxing or anything, what you realize is that now you have the strength to walk away because you're no longer afraid. Most people strike out of fear. Well, I better get the first lick. But please stop publishing that. That is killing more young black men than anything. It's telling them that they're supposed to be a certain way. Walk away. Thank you, Lord. The one thing that blessed me, because I struggled with my past, with anger. And the one thing that really blessed me is when I came to the place where I realized my kids deserve their father. My grandkids deserve their grandfather. And just because I get irritated at somebody at a stoplight or somebody at Target or somewhere else, I'm going to deprive them of the gift of their father or their grandfather. Come on, man.
Exactly. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Deborah on TikTok, she said, that's how it is in California. He got into a bad hood. He was dealing with a rough life. Then she said, call on Jesus. Amen. Leonard, what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me.
You know, I'm just listening. People have different ways of dealing with their issues. One, I would always, I don't deal with overly emotional people. I don't like them even in my presence, really. Because if you get to acting out, I'm gonna start acting up. I don't allow people to do whatever they want around me. You definitely can't be a friend and take your misery out on me.
Are there any instances, Leonard, where you would look at see a situation and just instead of being combative, walk away?
Oh, I walk away from a lot of issues. But that's just the way it is. If I say I'm not speaking to you no more, I'm not speaking to you no more. I will let you know. Don't come around me. Don't be in my house. Don't go the other way. We not cool like that. My word is bond. And this is what happens and how people get into it in the hood and everything like that. You yah with somebody else, doing wrong with somebody else. Then when it's your turn to be on the other end of that wrong, then what? I'm very particular about the company I keep. That's why I stayed out of trouble. Because ain't nothing but trouble down there on that corner, standing around in the middle of the night.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
If it's someplace you shouldn't be there, because guess what's going to happen there? I'm talking about being aware of your surroundings and situations. Be careful whom you pull close. Like I tell people, if we fell out, lay there. And some people ain't even got the decency to ask for forgiveness. And you let them repeatedly come back and take advantage of you. For what? Because they're going to keep doing what they were doing. And when they stop doing it to you, they're going to go do it to somebody else. So when we always talking about yielding to the wicked, there are consequences for that.
Wow. Wow. Again, 508-924-3521, 508-924-3521. Give us a call. We'd love to have your input. Badger, talk to me, brother. Because Badger always comes from the calm side. Badger say, I ain't gonna hurt nobody because that's not who I am. Badger, what's on your heart right now?
Oh, don't get that wrong. I'm not a gun person.
You're not a who?
I'm not a gun person. I don't even own one.
No, I say a good person. I said you're a good person. You want to see the good, and you don't want to hurt anybody.
No, I don't want to hurt nobody. Not even with words. However, I see a whole bunch of people, like a situation when I was younger. Some bunch of white guys jumping on this black guy that I worked with. I'm gonna hurt you. Because I don't. There's just certain things I don't tolerate. And those kind of situations, I will get violent. But I prefer to stay calm. No, I was one of those people that were on the corner at night. But I was just talking to the people that were there, the gang members and stuff like that.
I thought Badger was about to say he was a thug. Okay, go ahead, brother. Go ahead. I'm with you.
No, I was called that, but it was just having spiritual conversations with them. A lot of times it was me asking them, why are they doing what they're doing? Because at that point, I wasn't married, didn't have kids. And honestly, I didn't care if I got shot or not. My main goal was to help others. Pretty sure Leonard's called me crazy a few times when I've shared stories like this with him. And but that's the way I've always been. I've always put my life second. I don't know why, I just have. Maybe it's because of the stuff I was put through because of my parents. That could play a factor. But the thing to me is, that's why I'm so strict about words and actions matter. Because everyone that knew me when I was walking among the Bloods and the Crips and the Hells Angels and all that stuff is, I would never raise my hands against anyone unless they were hurting innocent people.
Wow.
And I've been like that all my life. I know people in all types of gangs and mafias and stuff like that. And some of them make choices because that's the lifestyle they enjoy. Some of them got into it because they didn't feel like they had anywhere else to go. And many of them left to start a new life. So people are called on different paths to handle different situations. I would never expect anyone to do the crap that I did because it's not safe. Like, it's not. To walk the streets and know that every time you're out there to talk to somebody, if you say one thing wrong, your life will end. It's
Just
a
like
whole different mentality. At that point, I went through so much as a kid that I'm like, okay, I've been shot before. I've been stabbed. I've been through it. So my mentality is, if you hurt a child, an innocent child or a woman in front of me, or if I see it, I don't think, my brain literally tells me they don't have enough bullets to stop me. But I'm stupid like that.
Wow.
So I mean what I say. And Don't take my kindness as weakness.
Absolutely.
I'm kind. I've lived as long as I have being around all those people for a reason.
That's good. That's good. Ryan, talk to me, brother.
Yeah. Cap, most of us can only aspire to reach that level where you can go and confide in somebody and they can talk you off that ledge. Because I'll be the one that's not coming down. I'll be forbidden in heaven and useless in hell by the time I get done. Touch a child like that, especially my own. So, yeah, bless your soul, brother. Bless your soul. I had a situation with a pastor.
Wow.
He was my pastor. And I was working at this joint and I got this guy who came into the ministry, you know, had all these accolades. And he needed a job. He was coming to our ministry. So I hooked him up, got him in there. Found his family, his wife and his 6 kids, a place to live. And his car broke down and his wife was on a mountain in Tennessee in the middle of summer, pregnant, about to give birth. I stopped what I was doing, went up there, got her. Right? Did lots of stuff for this guy. And then I start seeing him around the workplace talking to this female. It wasn't looking kind of kosher. I saw what was going on. And this guy catch himself every service at the altar on his knees crying out. And I'm looking at him trying not to be judgmental because I know what he's doing. So he beat me to the punch and went to my pastor and told him, I'm not one of the brethren. I'm a violent individual. I'll hurt anybody in the ministry. So I get called into the office about a week later. And instead of asking me the situation, he assumes, knowing my past, that this brother's telling the truth. And begins to chastise me in the office. And that was my moment where I had to take a pass, because I turned around, looked at him square in the face. I said, you want to believe I'm a violent person? I'll leave you dead in your office. You ever say something like that again? And he just looked at me. I said, but I'm not that person. I left the office and I walked away from that situation. Fast forward about a month, brother comes down to Chattanooga from Sevierville, Tennessee. He's known as a prophet in the evangelist community. And he hands me a letter and tells me to give it to my pastor. So I gave it to him. I didn't know what was in it. What it did was it laid out every wrongdoing that my pastor had said to me in that office and told him exactly what was going on in that workplace. And he brought that man in and he had to confess to all of those things. But it was never the same anymore between me and the pastor. This is a man that I risked my life for. I walked through the altars. I traveled with him, kept him out of harm's way because that was my duty, legally and as a person in the ministry, because I was at the sheriff's office at that time. And that hit me hard.
Yeah.
But I had to be the bigger person and just let it go. Because I could have done something. I wanted to do something, but something inside me kept me in check. But that was just words. When it comes to touching a child or a female like that, I have no filter. And so that's where I say, listening to Cap in that story, man, like we can only aspire as men who have these strong feelings about our loved ones and our children and our women to do that. So, yeah, man.
Wow. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Got Cassandra with us this morning. Cassandra, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning.
Cassandra, we're asking a question, and I need to hear your whole heart when you answer this question, okay? Cassandra, how many people have you killed?
Probably a few. I'm talking. I'm not talking physically.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm not talking physically. Probably a few. I'm not. That's not me. But yeah. There has been a couple of times where I should have probably kept my mouth shut, but I didn't. And it probably, did damage to the person. But believe me, it took a lot for me to get to that place where I just unleash on people. I don't do that.
But when you let it go, you let it go. But when you let it go, you let it go.
Listen. Wait. Let me tell the team thank you. I want to say that. You know what that's about. Thank you. But let me tell you, over the weekend I had my domestic violence and cancer awareness event, right? And one of the ladies that was there, she started crying the minute we started talking to her. She said that her ex-husband saw the flyer. So that means he's stalking her, right? Saw the flyer and texted her and said, "You better not mention anything about me because I almost want to come where you are and do you harm." And man, let me tell you, some people in there was like, people started patting their bags like, "Yeah, tell them to come on."
Yeah.
Okay, that's not good. But I was in the same mindset. I'm just saying, you can't do that kind of thing. Your mouth, man, can get you killed. You know that. We all know that.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's been times when I've said things that I knew I shouldn't have said.
Wow. Cap, talk to me.
Well, it's very interesting because today is the 28th anniversary of the Million Man March. Today, 28 years ago, we called it the Holy Day of Atonement. That's what it was called by the minister, the Holy Day of Atonement. That's the day, 28 years ago. And we had to use that day to atone, to reconcile. But let me tell you the 8 steps of atonement, in case we all want to sit down and atone with family members or someone that we had did wrong. But the first step, the first step of atonement is to point out the wrong way. The second step of atonement is to acknowledge the wrong. The third step of atonement is to confess your fault. The fourth step of atonement is to repent. Is repentance. Excuse me. And the fifth step of atonement is to atone, meaning that we must be willing to accept our faults and our sins or confess them. The sixth step of atonement is forgiveness. The seventh step of atonement is reconciliation and restoration. And the eighth step of atonement is perfect union with God. Now, all day long in the Nation of Islam, and those who went to the Million Man March, we call this a holiday because remember, the march took place on a Monday. It never took place on a Saturday. All marches take place on a Saturday. That's what the preachers told the minister. God, we normally do on Saturday and pray on Sunday and go back to work on Monday. So the minister said, no, we're going to do ours on Monday. And those who are sincere will take that day off. And of course, we had 1.2 million men. So today, we are told in the nation to call someone that you had offended and atone. And as we were speaking, man, I got about 6 text messages.
Wow.
Captain, of anything I have done to you, I like to atone. And it just boom, boom, boom. And I got to send some out. But it's a good day. And what we're talking about, in my opinion, Raheem, is that we need to atone. There's not nobody on this line they can say they atoneless free, because we all have offended somebody.
Yes, yes.
You know, and it is just reality. And so today we are taking those eight steps. We normally would meet at the mosque, and I would stand up and I would say, brother so-and-so, yes sir, Brother Captain, I'd like to take this opportunity to atone to you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
And even I know what I did to him. And then we hug, would you accept my forgiveness? And we go around the mosque. But thank you for giving me this opportunity to tell that story. Now, I don't think I'll call old boy or atone to him. You know, that's one. I think I'm going to have a problem with that one. But nevertheless, I don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
God already atoned with me, with him.
Yeah, yeah.
But I love this. I love that you asked the question. But I would like, brother, if it's okay, I would like to say to everyone who spoke words, Brother Ryan, Brother Curtis, I thank y'all for your kind words. You know, I'm not nobody special. I just thank God that I had a special man that gave me the advice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the kind of guy I wouldn't be the personal security of Minister Farrakhan if I was a punk.
Mm-hmm.
The very reason why I am a personal security of the most, in my opinion, the most powerful black man I know on this planet, walking. And I was this man. So, you know, you don't put nobody on that man's detail, go around the world. I remember President Rawlings, the president of Ghana, came to the State House in Ghana when they received the minister. May God be pleased with President Rawlings. And as he was coming in and shaking everybody's hand, he got to me. And he said, let's wait, he had security around him. It was his military. He said, I know who you are. He wouldn't shake my hand. Mm-hmm. And that bothered Mother Khadijah, the minister's wife. So after he left with his entourage, she said, why wouldn't he shake Brother Dennis's hand? And the minister said, he called her Betsy. He said, Betsy. He knew Dennis was a security man. Mm-hmm. And there was other security men he shook. Mm-hmm. But I had that look, you know what I'm saying? I had that look. So, you know, I'm blessed. I don't have that look no more, fellas. I mean, I can put it on if you want me to, but I thank you, man. I love everybody, man, but I appreciate your words. And Sister Cassandra, I'm glad you cleared it up that you ain't killed nobody, because I was looking at you in the pole. So I had you in the and girl, you start dropping real fast. I said, that's not good for business, Cassandra. You better clean that up right quick. And when you went back up.
Yes, I backed it up.
Tucson took his name off the list. I saw it.
Good deal.
I just laughed.
Hey, Raheem, I think this is good ground if you have something to say to the people of Michigan. This is a great opportunity for you to atone for some of the things that you said about Lions fans. So I'm listening if you have something to say right now. I'm ready for it. Go ahead.
I'm looking.
Hello?
I'm looking for my cricket sound effects. I'm looking.
Hello.
I'm looking for my
Raheem,
cricket.
you there?
I'm looking for the cricket sound effect.
Raheem, is going to be good for you. You need to do it now before we're at the Super Bowl. Now, come on, you can do it.
Watch this. Okay, you ready? Here you go, man. I'm gonna dig deep. You ready? I'm really gonna do this. You ready? To the people of Michigan, namely Detroit, I want to say this. What up, though? What up, though? That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, that was your opportunity.
Hey, I took it. I took it.
You had your chance.
But you know what, though? I'm gonna feel real honored, man. Sitting in the stands at the Super Bowl beside a lot of them Detroit Lion players, man. I'm gonna be sitting right beside them in the stands, man, while we watching the Super Bowl. Probably watching my Steelers playing
it. That's sad, man. That is sad. But go ahead, man. I'm not gonna interrupt. I just figured I'd give you opportunity, man. It's all right.
Watch this.
Keep working with you.
Watch this. Leonard, is Detroit gonna be in the Super Bowl?
Man, I told you I got tickets for sale if you need them.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna give them to you for half off.
So you saying to me Detroit Lions gonna be in the Super Bowl?
I'm just saying the tickets is already printed. I got some. I'll let you hold if you need some.
You know, a lot of time they print when somebody's playing for the Super Bowl or NBA championship. You know what? A lot of time they print both the shirts as both of them as champions, and
Right.
only one of them is good. The
I'm
other
just
one
saying.
they send it somewhere. Just y'all just go ahead on y'all can have these. They ain't no good.
Look,
They
I've
have
seen
no
those
value.
shirts. I've seen the shirts, and I've seen people wearing them shirts. And you go to say, wait a minute, they didn't win that.
So here to have them printed.
God bless them. You know.
Exactly.
But
So
you know
Frank,
where I'm from. You know, Lions have a good day. The Lions have a good day, man.
Yeah, but they ain't not gonna have
I tell
they're
you
not
this,
gonna have a good week.
You know the old saying, Raheem.
Yes.
If we ever play y'all, even if we don't win, you're gonna know you was in a fight because them boys are playing, and we can laugh and joke. But Tampa ain't laughing. Atlanta ain't laughing. The Chiefs aren't laughing. Ain't none of them jokers laughing. They you know, sometimes you gotta experience it. I hope we mess around and play y'all.
I hope not because
I hope we play y'all.
I hope not. I hope not because reality check
I
is
know
hard.
you don't.
Reality check is
why.
hard
That's
on some
wisdom.
people, man.
I know
Reality
you don't
check.
want to play us.
Reality check is hard on some people. When that reality come and knock at the door and they got to answer it, it's hard on some people, man. Not everybody could deal with it. But let me go. Let me go to Ryan. Ryan is actually out of Detroit as well. Ryan, what do you say to that, brother? And we're gonna get back to our topic. What do you say to that, Ryan? Are they gonna make it to the Super Bowl?
You know, when my Lions win, Jesus coming back for real.
Oh.
I love my Lions, but you know Jesus coming back. You might as well go ahead and hit your knees if they hit the Super Bowl.
I just don't want him to come back in February.
Hey, but real talk. I just wanted to say to Cap, you said you ain't nobody special, man, but you special to us.
Yes, sir.
Real talk.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Curtis, talk to me, brother. And look at Curtis, you're a Baltimore Ravens fans. I know, man, y'all, got y'all moments and stuff like that too, just like we do. But can you see, Curtis?
Can you see? Ain't the Ravens next?
They next.
I gotta check the schedule.
Okay, it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game.
Yep. Yes, sir. Monday Night Football.
Curtis, speak for your Ravens, brother. Speak for your Ravens right now, Curtis. Speak for your Ravens.
What do you mean? Well, I don't need to speak for them.
Hold on.
I don't need to speak for them. I already done called it out.
What's gonna happen?
I guess y'all wasn't listening to me. I love Detroit. Y'all don't false flag just yet, no. Y'all do that every year, and y'all jinx that team. Stop that now. That team got another 2 years. I'm gonna say it like Dion say. Y'all got about another 4-6 more dogs y'all got to get. Y'all got about 4 more dogs. Y'all missing 4 dogs. When y'all get them 4 dogs, it's a wrap now. It's a wrap. And I'm going to say what a lot of sports analysts ain't going to say. Detroit going to go back to back.
Yeah.
Detroit is going to go back to back when they go to the Super Bowl. They just ain't doing it this year.
But you know what?
Y'all ain't. Don't jinx that team yet now, y'all.
But Curtis,
don't do that.
I remember a team. I remember a team that went 4 years back to back and didn't win one.
Oh yeah, no, they're gonna win. They're gonna win. Don't nobody want to take that hit. That team. Let me tell you something about the Detroit Lions, man. The Detroit Lions. That team. You're not going to the club after that game, Raheem. No. You're going to the ice machine. That's where you're going. You're going to the ice machine, or you're going to have your trainer load that tub in your room full of ice. Because when you go to Detroit, you better know you're going to get hit in your mouth. That's what's going to happen. But they short about 4 dogs on that team. I ain't put together where they short at yet. But they short about 4 dogs on that team.
But see, the way the Detroit Lions pick up players, man.
Quit cutting me off.
I'm gonna say this.
I remember that year they almost cut your hind parts in that Turkey Bowl.
Almost.
Yeah, I remember that. Now.
Are we playing horseshoes? Are we playing horseshoes or football? Almost don't count for nothing.
No. Don't be no diehard fan. The bookies just gave you a game last week. Now I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Ain't nobody came when we took that. We took that.
I was gonna leave it alone, but see now you talking about two of my favorite teams. The Detroit Lions has 2 years.
Hey, Raheem.
Detroit Lions will go to the Super Bowl 2 times, and they will win one and lose the second.
I believe you running for office in Detroit, brother. I believe you running for office in Detroit. You just trying to get on the good side, man, because you ain't no way in the world you believe that. And Detroit Lions, the way they pick up players, you say, hold on, you say that they 4 dogs short. They probably go out there and get some chihuahuas, man. They probably go out there and get some chihuahuas.
No, man. You gotta pay attention to, although they've been losing, you gotta pay attention to, first off, I don't remember the last time Detroit got blown out. Unlike all of us, that's all these other fans, we done got blown out.
Doesn't matter.
All of us, the Steelers, the Ravens, you name it.
Doesn't matter.
I don't remember a time that Detroit in the last few years done got blown out. Detroit's problem, their biggest problem, is what we see going on in the world today.
They can't play.
Detroit, for many, many years, have never had a coach, a real coach. Now they got him. Now he's there. Watch and see what they do. I give him 2 more years. He's gonna pick up 2 dogs. He's gonna pick up a total of 5 dogs. He's gonna pick up 2 in the draft. He's gonna pick up 1 in the trade, and then he's gonna pick up 2 more in the draft. He got 4 or 5 dogs that's gonna push him over the top. I guarantee you. I give it.
But you know what, Curtis?
The Detroit.
Oh, we're not gonna hold on. We're not gonna turn this into no sports show now. The people don't want to.
No. I just want to say this. To Curtis. This is what makes it hard. I'm a Steelers fan, and I love Baltimore because John Harbaugh is there. The problem I have is Raheem, man. This joker will cut into you so hard. He's gonna tell me, y'all ain't going nowhere because all y'all players about to get hurt. Who says that?
Hey,
Curtis, who says that? That's you talk about honor amongst thieves.
Truth.
Who says that?
That's because he wishing they get hurt because he knows that he don't want to see y'all first string play against them melted Steelers that we seeing right now.
You know what? It'll happen. The same thing that happened to Detroit that happened to Baltimore. The same thing that happened to Detroit that happened to Baltimore. Your team, Curtis, we will beat them. That's just what it is. I don't care if it's 1 point, 10 point, 100 points. The same thing will happen. We will beat them. It'll be a L for y'all and a W for us. That's just what it is. Let's just call it reality. Now let's turn back to our previously our broadcast that we had. Let's turn the sports channel off for a second. Leonard.
Sir.
How many people have you killed?
All right.
You asked me this, right?
I know it. We getting back. We going back.
Well, you can go back at 3:00 Eastern.
Raheem.
Yes, sir. Why Badger keep jumping in like that? Badger, we don't do it like that.
I know, but this is one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting when we're having this conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the moment sports teams get brought up, think about how everyone was talking to one another.
Mm-hmm. How's that? How were they talking to each other? What did you perceive?
Hey, if you can't, people get downright vicious. Attacking a person's character, their pride, their ego, the whole 9 yards.
Talking about them sports, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they was being real mean.
Why? Man, you're being mean too. Don't even take yourself out of that.
They were being real mean to me. Want the Badger. I appreciate you acknowledging.
You better hold yourself accountable too.
Badger, Badger was doing good, man. You was going the right direction. You turned it, Badger. Stay in the lane now. Keep it between the lines, Badger. Keep it between the lines.
You done lost that fight.
What did you call me for? What did you call me for, right?
Leonard.
What?
How do you apologize for the death that you caused?
Well, I haven't caused. I probably would do it like I apologize for anything else. I am so sorry for what happened. But one thing, if I'm prideful of one thing, it is the fact that I don't go after people in malice that way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't never get so full of myself that I think that I have a right to go out and harm other people.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. It's not my way. Now, like I said, most of the people I've had issues with is because they have initiated something wrong.
I never heard a man that didn't deserve it.
I just won't. I won't even speak to you if I know the conversation can end that way.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm trying. The last time I was ever in a situation, it wind up with when I thought I was going to hurt someone. I immediately sent a message to security.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I would have done would have been horrible.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always tried to not go there. I try to nip it at the bud. No raising of the voice. No outer conceit. When people say, I don't know what I would have done, I don't even fool with folks like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't know what you're going to do, how am I to trust you?
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
You can't control your mouth. We can't go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't take nobody nowhere with me to do no wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me.
That's good.
And I've
That's
done
good.
that to avoid BS.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to have no situation where I'm begging you to do nothing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Period. I'd rather walk alone than deal with other people that way.
And when he say BS, he talking about big sports. Big sports.
It's not worth it. It's simply never been worth it to me, not even as a child. Hey, let's go rob a bank. No, I'll rob it myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I never needed a friend to do wrong with. I those weren't friends.
Mm-hmm.
People who encourage you to act out of character are not friends. As my father would say, I got a couple friends and a lot of associates, but only a couple friends.
Mm-hmm.
And people who know me, who know what I'm about, they don't cross me this way.
Mm-hmm.
Because they know we're done.
Mm-hmm.
You chose to do what you have done, and I'm going to choose to do what I'm going to do.
And that's just what it is. Good
and
deal.
That's just what it is.
Good deal. Good deal. Toya with a T. Good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, morning, folks. Family. How y'all doing?
Hey, doing good, doing good. Toya, I'm asking a question, and I need to hear your whole heart when you answer this question. Toya, how many people have you killed?
Well, in the non-physical sense, Lord have mercy. I just got told the other day about them looks, girl, with them looks. I'm like, oh, you was dead with them looks. But now I'm back to earth. So I'm not gonna touch you. But yeah, no, you know the Bible says that if it's a thought, it's just like doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I might not physically put my hands on nobody and bury them, but boy, oh boy, I done buried a couple of nieces, nephews, and family members in the interim. Just saying. But yeah, no, I mean that's you know, just a phrase that we use, not meant to be taken literally. And you know, I haven't really killed anyone, right? Physically, but there are moments in situations to where people, you know, deserve something other than a cussing out.
Some harsh treatment. Some harsh treatment. They might deserve some harsh treatment. They might deserve some harsh treatment.
Very harsh treatment. But you know, even with that, at this age, right? We're in our 40s now, right? So harsh treatment at 19 might be a physical fist fight, swinging on somebody, knocking them out. I'm gonna kill you, man. Right? But in our 40s, honey, listen. You ain't even worth the death. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't worth it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Exactly.
the energy and the things that we got to deal with as adults, our kids, you got these raising prices. You got these people inside our government that are actually infiltrated. That's who we need to focus the killing on.
Mm-hmm.
Not those little lame people they got us out here fighting over trivial things. We need to be going for them people. Let me stop before they say I sent them people down there like Trump sent them folks down there. Let me stop talking about them folks in the government who we need to turn that attention on. But yeah, we kill people right all the time.
Exactly.
You might not notice it, but we do. When they're called spells and incantations sometimes. I wonder how many baby mamas kill their baby daddies and vice versa.
Wow.
You know, there's different instances. I mean, I'm just being for real. Different instances. And where we get into situations and it's just, hey, I need that harsh behavior. I think death is a little bit harsh, but trust me, going through this world, people will definitely put you in a situation where you want to make sure they come up with.
Wow. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. I'm going to go to Curtis. Curtis, are you with us? Curtis, you with us? Curtis, wake up and go to sleep. Wake up and go to sleep. Leonard, you with us?
Yes, sir.
Ask you a question. Change the topics a little bit. Nice place to transition to our new topic. And I want to hear your heart on this as well. Leonard, how dangerous is AI, artificial intelligence?
It can be extremely dangerous.
Why you say?
Because one, you can create a lie and put a face with it and everything. You can come right on here and somebody could use your image and go and put a post up saying all types of terrible things. That's the danger of artificial intelligence. You know, you have some people even fear that the intelligence will outthink the man. It sounds a lot like people thinking they go outthink God, don't they?
Yes, it does.
Trust me, nothing is bigger than the creator. So if we created it, we can kill it. We just have to make sure that it is very well regulated. And now it is going to be funny because I'm not sure, I'm 52, but one thing I've outlived is the things like this. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. Are you sure you saw it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
That's, you know, what's perfect for what you just said. That commercial, that Memorex commercial. Is it live or is it Memorex?
Exactly. And see, that's why that helped my critical thinking a long time ago. And it helped me, disciplined me to identify the truth better. You know, I look at things I don't pick sides. I try to be right. So I need to use everything to my advantage, all the data and information necessary. Because I don't want to just make a decision based on a false narrative or unreliable evidence. I will critique a situation more so, I think, than a lot of other people. So AI, I think, is awesome technology. It's probably one of the greatest things that man has created. But just like everything else, there's a devil in there.
Wow. And you said, let me go to a few more people, because you said some things there, Leonard, that that's very interesting, because it is the greatest thing that man has created. But is it going to, like a lot of people think, after a while, take his own course and started doing things that was not, quote unquote, air quotes, designed to do?
Just like y'all.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know that big question that non-believers like to ask believers: can God make a mistake? I don't know. We'll see when it's finished.
Wow. Cap, what do you say to that, Cap? How dangerous is AI?
Oh man, there goes with artificial intelligence with everything. I think that's what the world represents. They represent artificial intelligence. I wouldn't contribute that to no computer or any technology. Technology is not the creator of man. Man is the creator of technology.
Mm-hmm.
And you can only make what you have the mind to make. You cannot make nothing more intelligent than yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's people that believe so. But if I have to program it, then which one is more intelligent?
Mm-hmm.
The thing that I have to program or the person that programmed it? I think there's too much hype and too much sensation that is being used in media to put fear in people that they can create something that is smarter than themselves. Well, that's not impossible because every one of us got what you call a smartphone. And most certainly there's information in these phones that we got that we don't know nothing about. And of course, they call it a smartphone because sometimes the phone is smarter than the person that owns the phone. I can bear witness to that. But artificial intelligence is not contribute to any technology. We're living in a society where you see people execute artificial intelligence every day. They perceive to be intelligent, but in reality, they're mimicking what they see and what they hear. They have no intelligence of their own.
Mm-hmm.
And you can only get intelligence from your acquired ability to read. I listened to my great friend, Dr. Leonard. To me, a very intelligent man. But he didn't become intelligent from just somebody giving him a good conversation. He stood in front of a computer. He's a very well-studied man.
Mm-hmm.
Curtis that way, Frank that way. So because everybody on here, you got a well-studied group of men and women who did not receive the intelligence from technology. They became intelligent because they engrossed themselves into books.
Mm-hmm.
And when you read, you become intelligent most of the time because now you move from ignoramus or from ignominy to knowing. So I think there's a lot of people perpetrating artificial intelligence, don't have no intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
We see that every day. I think the leader of Israel is demonstrating artificial intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know? Look what he's doing. That is not intelligent. That's artificial intelligence. That's what's on my heart, right?
Good deal. Good deal. We're gonna go in this order. We got it's gonna be a list. We're gonna go Cassandra, Mr. Hicks, Toya with a T, Badger, Ryan, Toussaint, and then we're gonna go to Frank. It's Cassandra. How dangerous is AI, artificial intelligence?
I think it's extremely dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, because it's taking a lot of human jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I love George Jetson, and I think it's a great thing to be able to push the button and the roast comes out all ready to go, and the food cooked and all of that. You can sleep in your car, just lay back and sleep. All of that stuff is happening. We're watching George Jetson come to pass in front of our eyes, and I think that is going to take away a lot of human jobs. And so therefore, what do you do with the people that have done those jobs for years? I'm just saying, I mean, a lot of people think it won't get that bad, but for me, I believe that it will. And especially poorer people, I think, are going to suffer the most because their jobs are definitely going to be replaced.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Wow, there's this AI, and everybody's saying, some people. Well, I'm gonna say everybody. Some people are saying that is very good. We're advancing, but are we advancing for the better? Sometimes that Fred Flintstone was a little better and a little healthier than George Jetson, but Fred Flintstone,
Absolutely.
yeah. And so it is what it is. Let's keep this thing. Mr. Hicks, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning? Mr. Hicks, you there, sir? Oh, must have lost Mr. Hicks. Okay. Hopefully he'll come back. Toya with a T. How we talk about artificial intelligence, AI. How dangerous is it?
Yeah. I'm not gonna say it's dangerous, right? Because we created it.
Okay.
Can it be?
Toya,
Yeah.
your volume is real low. Are you talking directly to the phone? It's real low.
I got you right now.
There you go.
I got you. That's probably my headphones. So yeah, can it be used dangerously? Yeah, can a pit bull be used dangerously? I mean, yeah, see, we humans are what determine the difference between how we use things for the best or for the worse. I think oftentimes we need to remember the convenience we're addicted to. The convenience that we're addicted to is going to be the very death of us because we don't want to do anything more and more. Let the computer do it. But the computer can't rationalize. So that means when the computer chop up that chicken, it can't notice that it's bad chicken. And it's going to tell it to you anyway. See, we're so addicted to convenience. We humans have gotten so lazy. We humans have forfeited our power to the point that we don't even understand that we are the first computer. This brain, this brain is 1,000 times more powerful than a computer, but we refuse to maintain our power. We want to give it to someone else because where is Rico at when we talk about being addicted to convenience?
Yep.
No.
Yep.
I don't want to cook the chicken, and then a lot of the amount of time it's supposed to. I want to push the button and it ding, be done in 30 seconds.
Yep.
Meanwhile, you're going to do that for the next 10 years and wonder why you have cancer. Your addiction to convenience, your laziness. This is what they speak of when they talk about those other countries. Oh, the Americans, they're so lazy. They don't want to do anything. They just want to eat, and they just want to make the baby, and they want the government to give them the money.
Processed food.
Because we forfeited our power.
Yep.
We don't want to be the main computer anymore. We don't want to be the best in the world. We don't want that. We are wanting someone else to do it. Listen, we having babies and want someone else to take care of them. What is going on? What? So until we humans understand who we are, until we get our power back, eat the cake, Adame. You see at the end, Adame got her power back. Did you see that? And the power made him hit ice with him.
Lord Jesus. Now you
because
go.
they are not in control of you.
Now how do we end up on a violent? How do we end up talking about violence? How do we end up talking about violence?
No, it's not about violence. It's about being made to do something. And when you finally realize that you do not have to live under them circumstances, you will fight back.
Yep.
That's nothing to do with violence. Because I promise you, when these people stop having food and people start getting sick and these things start happening because of computers, I promise you it's an embark violence.
Watch this. But I know what you're saying. So I got to pick at you though. But see, my thing is, anime might not look at it as violence, but Ike showed did because she put something on it. She put something on it. That was violent.
Yeah, that was good. He probably called it a virus. She fought back. What is this? This is outside of the norm. But she was treating them like she was a robot. So it's the same way with society. One day we're gonna stand up back and stop being lazy.
Exactly. Badger, how dangerous is AI?
You mind playing that 30-second clip real quick?
Nah, Badger, we can't get to that right now, man. Y'all gotta put it up. Yeah, go, man. Answer the question, Badger. You were trying to send me a clip at 9:31.
Man,
it's AI. Okay, but I'd rather hear from you, brother. How dangerous is AI?
It depends on whose hands it's in. Like the clip I sent you, they use it for comedy. To cause people to laugh and stuff. Does anyone on here know about the Gorillaz? The band called Gorillaz.
Nah, never heard of them.
That was all computer generated by nerds. And so on and so on. So like there have been things used by it, but to me, it's going to boil down to what's the purpose for it. Is it going to make things harder to, well, they call themselves nerd run. It's going to boil down to who's using it and why they're using it. And can it be dangerous? Can it cause people to lose jobs and all this other stuff? Absolutely. All of those things are possible. So, however, that AI was created by what? A human.
And that's true. But a lot of times, I think one of the things that people are saying and what people are saying on here, I think, and certainly correct me if I'm wrong. Yes, it was creating all this stuff by human beings. But I think, like with the self checkout line, that cost a lot of people their jobs, because what happened is you go through yourself, bing, 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 and you and so the cashiers are gone, the baggers are gone. You're doing all that stuff yourself, which in turn is taking jobs from people that could have done that. Whoever it is, I say bless you.
Bless you.
But my thing is, yeah, and so that's a whole thing right there, man. Because if you got this whole factory, you got one man just to push the button, and everything, and the machines are running. Just one person push the button. Think of all the other people that could be there that could have jobs. And so it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, and I agree with that. And that's the thing about AI. And the funny part is the amount of people out here who are not wanting to work. Now, there are plenty that do and that work hard. And some of them are getting irritated because they're getting scared. I went to a Walmart last year, and they're talking about getting automated moppers and stuff like that. And some of them have them now.
Yep.
So janitors and different things like that are losing their jobs. So it's going to boil down to, once again, in my opinion, it's a corporate thing. If it's cheaper to run a machine than hire people and pay for insurance and everything else, that's what corporations are going to do. That's capitalism.
Good deal.
I mean, if we want to live in a capitalistic world, guess what? If it's cheaper to have a robot, that's what we're going to do, right? So, welcome to capitalism. That's all I got to say on that.
Brian, what do you say to that? How dangerous is AI?
You call me?
Yes.
AI is super dangerous. Super dangerous. Zamari and I are just watching the thing this week. I can't remember if it was on Netflix or whatever, but they was talking about AI, and the people who started it were saying, we created this and have been working on this for so long for the betterment of humanity. To take away, like, we're introducing a robotics section in my business so that people like myself don't have to go in to these 35,000-pound trailers and throw out all them tires manually. So we're trying to make a robot that'll do it for us so we can avoid injuries, better quality of life for our employees. And the first question I asked was, well, what's that going to do to manpower? We're going to start cutting people? And they said, no, we've already made a conscious decision that it will not affect people's jobs. We can utilize them elsewhere, which is a good thing, right? Because you start thinking about robots taking people's places. Oh, man, people are going to be out of jobs. So I was good to hear that. But what I was getting at was these scientists that created this, they were saying, we're making these advancements to better people's quality of life. And he said, now the military's got their hands on it, and they've attached weapons to what we've been trying to do. He said, so they've been putting up these jets controlled by AI against the best fighter pilots in the world. They can't beat it. It can do maneuvers that a regular pilot cannot do or is too afraid to do, like a face-to-face. That's where you fly directly at your opponent and destroy them. That's something you don't do, but they'll do it. The AI will do it. And he said, now take that with an AI that has a 99.9% kill ratio, and then add another 1,000 of those jets, and they all share the same brain. You're done. There's nothing you could do. You can't stop it. I know everybody on here has probably seen the Terminator.
Yes.
They started talking some Skynet stuff, man. You know, these robots and stuff like that out here doing those things, sharing one brain. You can't stop them. So it can become very dangerous. Something that was meant for good is going to be used for evil in the end. And what are we going to do?
Wow. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Y'all see I said the number too fast. Toussaint, how dangerous is AI? Toussaint, the mute button is right there, brother. It's right there.
Yeah, I finally got it.
There you go.
I finally got it. It's just as dangerous as the one that's programmed. Or it's no less dangerous than the person that programs it. Either way you want to look.
Okay.
So that's my simple answer, because it makes us lazy. That's something that's artificial. It's not real intelligence.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
What if Toussaint, and Leonard has said something about this a couple of years ago, I think maybe about a year and a half, 2 years ago. He said that we were talking about the justice system. And what if AI goes into the justice system where they take a ballot and they put what a person has done on that ballot paper. Don't put any color or age or anything like that. Slip it in a slot. And then it tallies up and say, okay, you got to do 5 years. You got to do 5 years. Would that work? You think that'll work, or would that be effective?
Wait a minute. I missed some of that, Naheem. I'm sorry. Say that the short version of what you just said, because I missed it.
Can AI work in the justice system?
Can you imagine how many mistakes can be made because you can't clearly identify the person, because it look, you know how many people look alike? You know how many people that have already been convicted by intelligence and they're not guilty? It depends on who's putting the information in. If they press one wrong button, you're done. I'm just saying. It's not real intelligent. Unfortunately, I don't know what artificial means. But you take computers, suppose the power go out, then what? So I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's gonna work. I mean, but they're trying it. I bet you that.
You think they're trying it?
I don't know. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're getting the machine to do and computers to do what we don't want to do. You know, even in our I guess robotic cyber world. We trying to let our programming do what we supposed to do following Christ. I'm just saying. We go on Facebook trying to minister.
Exactly. Yep. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Frank, what do you say about that, man? How dangerous is AI, artificial intelligence?
Extremely dangerous, man. It is extremely dangerous. And let's not fool ourselves. Anytime man creates something, at the end of it, it's all about money. So they have purpose attached to everything they do. They're looking at their bottom line. They're looking at the people that they're accountable to. And if it's not making dollars, it don't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So AI is not here to assist us. It's here to replace us. It's here, just like you said, Raheem, when they first brought in the self-scan, it's just going to help. So it went from 1, and you had 8 cashiers, to now you have 1 cashier and 10 self-scans.
Mm-hmm.
And the 1 cashier is just for the people that refuse to use the self-scan. And what people don't know, do you know how many lawsuits have been filed because of self-scans? The people that they scan something, put it in their bag, paid for their groceries, left, put their debit card in, and then they get a letter in the mail from a lawyer saying that you went through this company and you did not scan these products and we are suing you.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have to go to court to fight this. And look, man, I did 30 years in the grocery industry.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many things that we had that scanned incorrectly?
Yeah.
We had this lady buy the little eggs, the legs, pantyhose, and it was her fault. She's crazy for doing it. But scan one, it scanned like $500. She paid for it and left. Came back and said, wait a minute, what happened here? But it's just an error. But this is the scariest thing about it. I was watching where one of the billionaires who is on the forefront of this is telling us to slow down. And the reason that they're telling us to slow down, and these are the people that are going to benefit from it, they're going to make the most money, is that on Friday, they're dealing with these robots, and they're training them and they're programming them and everything. And so they have an expectation that this robot or this machine should be able to do this job, and they're happy with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
They come back Monday, and the machine can do that job and another job.
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to figure out, how did it teach itself to do this job that we never entered the information in? And what he said is, right now, one of the biggest industries that's coming down the pipe is security.
Mm-hmm.
How to shut these things down. Because guess what? We have no idea how they're learning on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that scary?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. We got a few minutes before we get out of here. About 15 minutes. Let me go to I was hoping Curtis was going to be back with us. We done lost Curtis, so hopefully, Curtis, if you're listening, give us a call back in. I think we have Friday. Friday, are you there?
I did.
Hi, good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Doing all right.
Now, Friday, how dangerous is AI, artificial intelligence?
It has the potential to be a very dangerous thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's, you have to think about, and it may have been said, I'm a late starter today with the conversation, but we have to realize as the public, by the time we receive it, the government as a whole, to include the military, has already been in operation of it for several years. So the extent of the term dangerous, I would say very. Now it's just a matter of how quickly or how aggressive the public would be in their demands for certain additional AI quote unquote benefits, as well as those who take a liking to it from an intellectual standpoint and look to evolve it on their own. So it makes it very dangerous because now you have these two kind of things happening simultaneously. The government knowing the maximum capability and then already working on advancements. And then what we receive as a public as a whole, and then what that looks like in the hands of everyday people, outside of what we're being conditioned to operate in on a day-to-day basis. You just think about the cell phones in itself and the power that that can do, and the things that it's requesting of us to make us feel quote-unquote safe, scanning our faces, taking our fingerprint, oh, this is to secure your phone. This is, but who's recording the data? Even our homes, right? Smart homes, right? Do everything from your phone. Do everything from your phone until you lose your phone.
Yep. Exactly.
Or somebody figures out how to hack, or someone gets upset inside the security office of the safety system you put on your home that's mostly digital, and decides that they want to be a wild hair. We see that it can happen. Bank accounts have been hacked. You know what I'm saying? So these things are great risks, which makes it very dangerous.
Absolutely. Cassandra, talk to me.
Go ahead.
No, you want to say something, Leonard? Go ahead.
About 30 years ago, I was speaking to a group of people, and I think it was something about innovation or whatever like that. And I mentioned to people, if a monkey could do your job, who is the fool? Do you know if a monkey could do it, they somewhere trying to figure out how to get monkeys to do it?
Yeah, for free.
That's why it used to bother me with young people. As soon as they, they whole idea, I'm gonna drop out of school and I'm gonna get a job. Where? Oh, the factory. What about when the factories close? What about when jobs require a little bit more education? If you're going to be in the market, at least know where the market is going and how you fit in. They're not creating jobs for you that monkeys can do. It's business. Some people actually believe that companies were created so that people could have jobs. Please go to sit down in somebody's business school. No one goes into business to help you. So we have to start thinking in terms of ourselves and our families and what we desire. Not just sitting around, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. You see the handwriting on the wall. If you can't read it, get somebody to read it and make it plain for you.
Wow. Cassandra? Cassandra, you there? Cap, talk to me, Cap.
Well, I think everybody God, it's, if I really never put no thought about it. That's what's scary. But after listening to everyone on here who's very knowledgeable about it, it is a frightening situation. I think Sister T did a very great job at saying, man's convenience will be the death of man. Well, you mentioned how now we have the checkout lines, and no longer do we have the lady at the cashier. But at the same time, they have, you got, as soon as they put those checkout lines, I watch brothers stand there and try to figure out how to take advantage of it. And guess what? They cracked the code. More people are getting away with free food because of that AI.
We'll find a way.
It can't step out of the thing that you program. And a thief always try to figure a way to get a hookup. If the white man could control the sun, we would get a sun bill. But trust me, there'll be some brother that would know how to bootleg and turn the sun on. So even though we come up with that intelligence, we do know that God is the author of all intelligence. And if you believe in God, like every man and woman on this show believe in God, we are putting our life in the hands of people every day. Every day when I go to the hospital and I get in that MRI machine. Anybody ever had an MRI?
Yes.
You're put in that little tube.
Mm-hmm.
When you go and get your head scanned, they clicking buttons and wait a minute, they go behind the counter and hide.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
You get an X-ray, they go and hide. But what second, they go behind the counter and push a button. So every day, man, we're putting our life in the life. Look at the word artificial.
Mm-hmm.
Well, listen, man, this is the artificial payment I'm gonna give you. But that means it's not real. How can you not have real intelligence doing intelligent things? Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
We got intelligence that's not real doing real things. No, thank you, family, for educating me. I'm scared of it, and it is taking jobs, no question about it. And I had to tell you, Ryan, you better be careful because they're going to replace you.
Yeah,
Ryan.
They try.
The day you come, they're going to tell you, well, we got this. Meet this computer here. His name is George Jetson.
Wow.
Meet George Jetson. Anyway, brother, right? I think it's taking man and producing his own mind, but I think man has to pay a price.
Yeah.
You want to go into that arena, then you have to suffer the consequences of that man's mistakes, and his mistakes can be devastating.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how you know, Frank, when you look in your bank account, and they made a mistake. Instead of adding zeros, they took some zeros. It's an error on our part. Now, if they put some zeros there, I don't think I'd talk too much about calling them.
Exactly.
Because you had a $500,000 account.
Mm-hmm.
Well, don't say that. Hey, I made a mistake. I thought I had it on my mind. Right?
Make a withdrawal and go on to the other island that you're gonna be living on for the rest of your life.
I mean, real quick.
Exactly. Won't find me. But Frank, the lady that spent that $500 for them legs, she didn't understand how valuable her legs were, man. That's what it was.
Stop.
Huh? That's all. She didn't understand, man. She had them what is it, them Tina Turner legs. She didn't understand, man. She could just want to get an average pair of legs for her legs, not hers. Oh my God, what is wrong with her?
The crazy thing about it is that this was first thing in the morning where everybody was rushing to get to work. That just shows you how busy people are and where their minds are. Anybody that would actually accept that. Your mind is just, you're somewhere else. And when you talk about artificial intelligence, the next arena that they're talking about going into, Raheem, is trucking. Can you imagine a semi-truck on the road that's not being driven by a man?
That has no conscience.
See, the thing about it is, if a deer runs out in front of your car, you hit the brakes.
Yeah.
There's things that are going to happen that are unexpected. If a person runs out or if somebody swerves into your lane, and they can do this on lane assistance and all of that stuff that they want to do. It's not like a human being being behind the wheel, because we have to make a decision. Sometimes they say the safest thing to do is to hit him and keep going. Is not to slam on your brakes, because you're going to cause accidents behind you. But I know we can't talk about this right now, but I want to put this in the loop also. We talk about artificial intelligence. Dude, I am closer than I have ever been to stop eating meat. Man, I'm telling y'all, there's about 20 to 30% of the meat that we are consuming that is not coming from animals. They're producing this meat.
Yeah.
And we don't know what that is doing to us and to our future children. This is the impossible. I hate to put them out there like that, but it's so many things, man, out there when they're saying that we can make steaks.
Yeah. Yeah.
That make you a T-bone from a computer. But what is it?
Plastic and all kind of other stuff. Ground up wood, all kind of other stuff. But see, you just threw Toya a fastball right down the alley because that's her alley right there. Toya, what do you say about that?
You know, I saw that alley-oop coming.
Yes.
How long I've been telling y'all about that food? Now here it comes. But you know what? Don't even with that information, that was still God-given information to confirm what He took me through that book to show me again how real He is. I know it. I saw it develop. Now here we are. But I was crazy 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago. Now here we are. Boom. Frank is absolutely right. What is it doing to us? Exactly what the devil wants us to. Digitally created food. So you're eating a T-shirt. Y'all not feeling me?
Yeah, exactly.
You're eating paper towel. Y'all thought it was funny when I said you're eating paper towel and you're eating a chicken nugget. But now we see.
Yeah.
No, now you're just eating goo and stuff. Because we want to forfeit our power because of convenience. Because you don't want to go catch your own chicken. Let me tell you something. I'm with Frank. I'm finna be vegetarian if I gotta kill my own animal. But hey, now my husband will go kill it, and then I'll pluck it and fry it. But do we want to go back to that stage that makes us pure again? Oftentimes, no, we don't. We want to forfeit this power to these people, and then we want to sit back and point the finger on why they did it, when we know this system is created to infiltrate us, to keep us sick.
Exactly.
There are recordings from 1960s with, let me throw this out there because you know black folks ain't had no power in the 1960s. White conservative males who were warning people about what these corporations were doing, what the government was doing, what they were allowing. Some of them folks have now been knocked off. Y'all know after AI, we go on to chips next, right?
Yes.
I know y'all seen it. Y'all know they here. Right? But the Bible ain't real. God ain't real though. But didn't that book call that out?
Yep.
But we still want that convenience though. I still give me the chip. Make me a robot. Ooh, I want to be a robot too. Ooh, I want to be a computer too. Ooh, I want to be controlled too. Ooh, I want that for myself. So again, we're forfeiting our power to AI, to humans who want to take it. So at the end of the day, there's going to be more conversations like these, only from a GPS aspect, I guess, because the further we keep going into the future, the more Terminator 2 gonna come true.
Exactly. Ryan,
talk. Hey, Raheem, she just said something, and I'm not. I just, man, that was so powerful.
Now Frank just.
But now just think about it.
Gonna jump right in.
I know. But just think about this, and I'm gonna shut up. Just think about this. You know, one of the first thoughts that we had when they began to put all this automation into these different places. Well, they can't do that because then who is going to buy their product? But guess what? She said, after AI is coming the chip. What if the chip makes us the robot?
That's the design. That's what it's
They
trying
don't
to do.
have to worry about what we're going to do with our money because they're not going to be paying us anymore.
Wow. Time for us to get out of here. Ryan, what's on your heart, brother?
Raheem.
You ever heard about nanotechnology?
Yes.
I used to work with nanos. And nanos are a man-made organism, but they just like AI. And the ones I worked with, you program them, you make them, and all of a sudden they know how to reproduce. Let your mind wrap around that. Something that man-made figured out how to reproduce. And the thing that was created, that we were testing, reproduced on such a scale that would have destroyed everything that was plant-based on the face of the planet in a matter of months. Let your mind wrap around that.
Wow. It's a lot. It's a lot tied into this AI thing, man. And like I said, we're probably going to talk about it. I know we're gonna have to talk about this again because there's so many different levels on this thing. Badger, what's on your heart, brother? Cap, coming to you next.
I was thinking about the movie iRobot. You know, a lot of people reference Skynet, but the way people are handling everything just seems like it's more of an iRobot kind of future. And to me, you know, that scene where that one robot did what it did because it was made different, because there was a scientist that figured it out. Well, that scientist was taken out because it was a realization of what was happening. And the reason I'm saying it that way is I know a lot of people don't like what I said about welcome to a capitalistic society. You know, Leonard said it really well. There's a lot of jobs that a monkey can do. A monkey can flip burgers too. A lot of things a monkey can do. A monkey can unload trucks and all kinds of things. So, I mean, at what point is it not okay to hire somebody? Oh, one that you have to go get in debt to get a degree, and then hope and pray that you get a job with that degree that pays well enough to take care of your family.
Wow.
Like, I'm just being realistic. Like, how many people have y'all ran into that are applying for jobs? They're fresh out of college and they're denied a job over and over again because they don't have the work experience. They have the degree, but they don't have the experience, and they're not getting hired. So what's the point of the degree and going in debt if they have to have the experience to get the job?
That's true.
Like, over and over and over, it's becoming more and more common of these scenarios. More and more common.
Good deal. Good deal. Got to go to get out of here, man.
Yeah. Yep. I'm stopping.
Let me go to Captain. Then we're gonna go to Stanley. Then we're gonna get on out of here. Cap, what's on your heart?
Oh, nothing, man. I thank you so much, Brother Raheem, and to my family, and I hope to be able to get up tomorrow and indulge in another beautiful conversation. Thank you for giving this opportunity.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Peace. Stanley.
Hey, good morning, brother. Coming in late this morning, man. I apologize.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. You're late for the day, but you're early for tomorrow, man. So you know you up on it. You're early for tomorrow. You're super early for tomorrow. But listen, no, I had to pick at you. But we're asking a question, man. On how dangerous is AI, artificial intelligence?
Well, it's real dangerous, man. You know, it's going to change the lives of the American people for the world forever. You know, a lot of stuff has been going on for years, and it's finally coming out. We go back to the cloning, and I don't know if y'all remember Max Headroom years ago.
Yes.
So what we have to do now is create jobs for ourselves, and that's why I will continue to push agriculture and farming and things of that nature, because we're going to need to go back to our roots, to where we was raising our food and vegetables and, you know, getting stuff that we could sell, you know, whether it be animals or a product, because AI is going to replace a lot of things in the future. So we need to get ready for it and start preparing our children for it.
Exactly.
Because as I think what Badger talked about, the college, everybody's not made for college. Just like everybody's for the military. And that's why the trade schools, you know, were always, Black people were always able to live comfortable and have a good living off of trade schools. The plumbing, the carpentry, electricity, being an electrician, or being a brick mason, you know, auto body, auto mechanic, and stuff like that. So we've got to get back to some of those things. So everybody's not college material, everybody's not military material, everybody's not going to have a six-figure career.
That's true.
So we got to get some of our own stuff to go back to the basics.
Exactly. Good deal. We're about to get out of here. Cap, if you can hold on, I want to come to you to pray us out today. Leonard, what's going on at 3:00 today?
If you did not get a chance to hear this show in its entirety, log on to www.dkmmediagroup.com at 3:00 Eastern today.
Good deal. Cap, you still with us? Cap, you with us?
Yes, sir.
Will you pray us out, sir?
Thank you. Please bow our heads. Heavenly Father, We thank you for giving us this great opportunity, that we have another chance that we may be able to correct yesterday's mistakes. We stand before you with a humble heart, for you know best not only what's in the minds but what's in the hearts of men. Accept our humble prayer, that you may find us worthy, that we can even come before you of this mighty throne. Please, God, please, Almighty, bless everyone on this line. Touch them and protect them and give them peace and comfort. And if anyone on this line is in pain, please, Lord, please remove the pain from them. We make many mistakes, Lord, but you know what's in our hearts. I thank you. I thank you for Raheem, for your inspiration and inspiring him to challenge us with questions that have perplexed many people. And only you, Lord, knows that the answers that we have given may have touched the hearts of many. We thank you. And we thank you for Willa. We miss her, Lord. I got to ask a special request, Lord. Please bring her back, because she gives the most beautiful prayers. We ask this in the name of your mighty servants. We all say, amen.
Amen. Amen. It's been a great broadcast. I want to thank everybody for joining us. And more than that, I want to thank you for allowing DK and Media Group and Associates and the Morning Glow for being a part of your day. It is now 10:09. You're about to exit the Morning Glow. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us, because we are certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple, I want you to go out there, find somebody and give them a hug, because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. To be shine some of this light of you from the Morning Glow. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in, and let your light so shine. If you get an opportunity, give somebody some love. You just might find some love in return.
Goodbye.
Won't that be a beautiful thing? Have a great day. Take care of each other. And please, please, please be blessed. Give somebody some love and truth. They would appreciate it, and I'm sure that you will as well. Have a great day. Talk to you tomorrow morning if God says the same.